Well, hello everybody, and welcome along to the BBC Sport Watchalong for this one, Moses Itauma versus Filip Hrgovic. That's right, tonight we are going to crown a new heavyweight champion of the world. Thanks for joining us. I'm your host, Nick Peet. I'm delighted to be joined by sports broadcaster Steph Kamale.
Hi.
And cruiserweight top contender, former Olympian, the main man himself, Pat Brown. Good evening, everybody. Pat, I'll come to you first, mate. How's things going? A couple of weeks away from this British Commonwealth title fight.
Yeah, it's going well. I'm in the depth of it all now, so my body's hurting, I'm aching. But this is where, this is the rough part of it. And then next week I'll start bringing it all down a little bit, getting all back to level surface, and then straight back to it then fight week and all steam ahead.
You haven't had a quiet week this week, what with Jamie and Nigel away with Chantelle Cameron. By the way, everyone, we're watching, obviously we're here for the heavyweight championship, but we're double screening it. We've also got Chantelle Cameron, Mikaela Mayer on another screen. If you're watching that as well, that's coming up shortly. Right now, Sam Noakes is on against Dennis Baranchik in that big heavyweight title card. But yeah, with the lads away, surely the kitten's been playing, hasn't he? Not had a little week off, little cheeky one, no?
I've tried to, yeah. Jamie was away at the start of the week, so Nige is like, I'm trying to see who's the good cop, bad cop here, but to be honest with you, it's all swings and roundabouts with him. But yeah, on the red zones, obviously you got the treadmill, we're all there, all six of us running. Connor Walker's at the end running dead slow on the slowest level. But yeah, when you're trying to knock the speed down on that, they're all over you, and you got your teammate next to you pushing you on and all that stuff. But yeah, it's been a good, tough week, and I just put a photo in the group chat then, when they come on the TV and they're all in the changing rooms ready to go. Good
time to be in camp though as well, with obviously Chantelle in such a big fight tonight.
100%. You know what? I said that on Friday because obviously Dave, he's got his fight coming up with Carty. Akib's got a big fight coming up. Connor Walker's got a big fight coming up. Obviously, that's not been announced yet, but it's in the works. I'm fighting. Alfie Middle misses fighting. Connor Tusbury's back at it, getting back fit. So the gym's thriving. I've never seen it so good. We're all bouncing off each other. And I said to everyone, even out of camp, everyone's got to come together and, work on each other.
Sorry, some back and forth there with Caroline Dubois and Alicia Baumgardner. This has been ongoing. It's the fight that us boxing fans, we want to see. I want to hear what they're saying. Oh, gosh, grabbing the mic.
Fighting over the microphone.
This is good.
It. We can't hear it.
Oh, yeah, they're giving them a microphone. Yeah, exactly.
If only we...
We're spitting bars here.
This is... Yeah, here we go. I promise you that I'm going to come for you.
Boxing wise, we're in a good place right now, aren't we, British boxing?
Really?
For people like me and you who make a living talking about the sport, we're in such a good place. Tonight's a perfect example. Two of the best pound for pound female fighters on the planet going at it. Minutes
Pat,
before.
not to cut you off.
No, it's all right.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's all right. Don't worry.
Minutes before the crowning of a new heavyweight champion. Boxing right now, Steph, is flying, isn't it?
I know, I love it. I think for something like this where you've got two huge fights happening on the same night, and the fact that we've got two screens as well to watch it, this is it.
We'll talk about the girls. Obviously, they're probably going to ring walk before Moses. Hopefully, they'll be wrapped before Moses so we can dive in. But speaking about Itauma, Pat, obviously, even fair weather fans, even the casual boxing fan, for me, the most important boxing fan, can see this kid's a bit special. But from somebody like yourself that has been in the sport for an awful long time, has fought at the highest level, what are his attributes that make him so special, Itauma?
So I've actually sparred Itauma a couple of times. So when I was on my GB assessment, basically you go through like a period of, you'll train there for a week and then you'll come back, do another week's training. They're assessing you essentially. And on my last week, on the last day, Rob, he was watching the sparring and stuff, and I always remember when I was in the hotel around the corner, a few of the coaches were saying, you're going to spar this kid called Moses tomorrow, but he's only, I think he was 17 or 18 at the time, something like that. I was 21, around 21, and I was like, oh sweet, it's just a kid and all that. And then I got in the ring with him. We had a right ding dong going at it, and I remember like getting out and I'm thinking, like, bloody hell, I must be shit here if I'm going like toe to toe with this kid. And sorry for swearing, by the way. And anyway, he's come up to me after, he said, good round. And then he had the Europeans coming up. And then I've got the national final, the second one. And then we ended up doing more rounds together again. And we really worked well. And he's just, his speed, his movement, the obvious. And I think as well, people forget, like, he's come from, you know, like grassroots level, and he's not like a gimmicky sort of boxer or anything. Like, he's the real deal, and he's humble, and he knows he's up against it against Hrgovic, and he's got a lot of pressure on his shoulders tonight. He's 21 years of age. You know, I remember seeing Dave at Doncaster, and, you know, the pressure he had against Hrgovic, never mind Itauma being 21. So, yeah, he's got it all to come.
21, Steph.
I know, right?
Imagine.
I know, headlining the O2, world title on the line. You're going into this fight with 8 first-round stoppages. I think that's just so commendable. What was we doing at 21? I think I was probably lining up to go to a party or a rave or something. I
certainly
definitely
didn't have anywhere near that kind of pressure or responsibility, and I think it makes it worse because we expect them to win.
Yeah.
The nation expects them to win. Hrgovic is like a 7-1 underdog or something outrageous like that in a 2-horse race where he's got all that experience. I think them odds are way off.
Yeah.
But the reason they're so short is because we've all been enamoured by what Itauma's done.
Yeah.
He's blew people away in really quick fashion.
And that's why we're excited for this fight, because it's like an actual challenge. We've seen him in these 14 fights. We've seen what he can do. We've been impressed. And now he's going up against with someone with with so much experience.
What would you like to see, Pat? What's your hope tonight? Obviously, from a British perspective, as long as we crowned a new heavyweight champion, fantastic. You know, the youngest ever British heavyweight champion, second youngest world champion after Naz. All these brilliant storylines. You know, the party stays on the rails and everything else. But there's also an element to me of like, I want to see him take a shot. I want to see something from Itauma I've not seen before, and I kind of want Hrgovic to bring it out of him.
Yeah, I think it'll be remarkable when he does do it. I'm putting it out there in the universe because obviously you got to back your Brits. But yeah, he's got literally the world in his hands tonight, and everyone's watching him. And you know, it does give. I wasn't around when Mike Tyson was fighting for the heavyweight title, but I can imagine it was similar to this. You know, everyone's watching it. And we have got a very special talent on our hands here, definitely. But like you touched upon, we want to see him get into deep waters. I wouldn't mind seeing him myself as well, because they're both fast starters, but Hrgovic has proven in numerous fights that he can weather the storm and he can keep going forward even though he's a fast starter. Obviously, he's prone to getting cut, so I think that will play a part in the fight personally. But yeah, all the answers tonight are definitely in Itauma's corner, and yeah, we want them tonight, and Hrgovic is the man to get it out of him. Guaranteed.
Hrgovic has got the one thing that, for all the attributes Moses has got, Steph,
Yeah.
he ain't got the experience.
Yeah.
And there's only one way to get experience, and that's the headline at the O2 against top guys like Hrgovic and go through. But I've liked the way Hrgovic has come at this week, because he's been all over it. He's been calling him a kid.
Yeah.
He's been getting under his skin.
Yeah.
We've seen Moses kind of lose his cool a few times. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Ask different questions before the fight even starts. Never mind when the bell goes.
Yeah, I know. And it was actually quite good to see things get a bit heated yesterday at the weigh-in. I love seeing that. It's a bit of like entertainment. Of course, it's boxing. We want to see a competitive fight, absolutely. But it's entertainment at the end of the day. And we haven't seen that from Moses. Like, we haven't seen him push a guy off the stage, and so it was kind of nice to see. Is it bad to say it's kind of nice to see that side of him? But I don't know. It was like I get it. You want to be, Pat, you might have to help me out here. But I get it. You want to be like, you might want to be chilled. You might not want to say much. Keep it cool. But seeing that side of you, like, it's good to see, because it shows that you want it, like, and you're here. You want to, like, you're here to fight, basically. So it was nice seeing that.
Do you know what I didn't like, though?
What?
You don't push a man off the stage and stand there with your hands down, not expecting to get a slap. And Hrgovic getting a slap back, I thought he took the power back in that moment then. Like, boom, I've caught you with a slap now as well. And then that made Moses even worse.
Yeah, it definitely turned around into Hrgovic's favour 100%. He kind of shown I'm still the man here. Like, you can't pull tricks on me and all that. And I was watching all the reactions of people, and Abel Sanchez, Hrgovic's coach, he's a true professional. Obviously, you know, Big Bear, it's renowned. Like, you're up in the mountains, high altitude. Golovkin, he was notorious for training over there and stuff. And it really is the elite sort of rocky camp sort of feel. And he was saying, all the back and forth chat, that's great, but obviously pushing them off the stage, everyone's put a lot of money into camps, a lot of money into the like everything. And what if you, like, you know, got injured or something, and then all of a sudden, like, bang? Because we all know the rules. Once the weighing's done, if any of the fighters pull out after that, then like, they get paid still. So it's all risky stuff. But listen, it's a business. It brings more eyes there, gets everyone more excited. Everyone's healthy, and we're ready for a big night tonight.
Can you win a fight in that moment? Going nose to nose with someone, looking into somebody's eyes deep in, you know, have you ever stood across from someone and thought, I've got you?
Yeah, I've stood across. Yeah, definitely. The eyes never lie. And
yeah, eyes never lie, Chico.
Yeah, exactly. you can't. When you look at a man, you just know straight away. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of, like, poker faces and that, and they can play the game. But when you're up close, especially at the weigh-in, when you've gone through all, like, they're not doing weight cuts, but other weights are doing weight cuts and stuff. Like, you're really sensitive with your emotion, and you can really tell, like, what sort of guy you're getting, and if you can keep you cool and all that stuff. But yeah, in my opinion, when I'm weighing up someone and that, I can read him like a book.
Oh, come on, let's do it. Let's have a go. let me be Big John Edges. Let's me and you have a little face-off now and see what you see in my eyes. Let's do it. I'll tell you what we need is, we need 2 people out the crew. We need someone to come over and play Sam Jones and stand behind Pat. And we need Adam Morley stand in to come and stand behind me. So I need someone with a boss haircut who will stand in for Sam Jones. And whoever behind the cameras over there looks most like an in-betweener, you need to come and stand behind me. Come on, let's go and do it now. We need Sam Jones, Adam Morley. I'm going to be Big John Edges. Come on, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm not quite as big as Big John. Come on.
I don't think I can do a save in his face.
I need someone with a great rich your haircut. Absolutely, you can be Sam Jones. So you stand, you hold Pat back. And this man, look, what's this seat in between?
Can you be in the middle, please, sir?
Steph
Yeah,
needs to
sure.
be like the Eddie Hearn, yeah. Steph needs to be Eddie Hearn, yeah, just to make sure. Are we all right here? Are we still in shot here? Yeah. I could do with the step or something. Big John's a bit bigger than this, isn't he?
Me holding the back.
Yeah, Big John's a bit bigger. We're all right. The table's there. Right, you ready, Eddie?
Yeah. Put us together.
How much is too much before you punch me in the face?
Oh, yeah.
Your job is to hold him back. Okay, your job is to definitely make sure he doesn't go. Right, Big John, and Pat, let's go.
Let's go. See.
That's what we do. We're fighting That's what we do. I was able to act all brave then, because I knew he was being held back by Rich, thank goodness. But no, I've heard loads of fighters in the past say things like, I've seen him in the scales, I won it on the scales, and I think yesterday, when Moses pushed him, I think Moses thought, because he stood in front of him, didn't he? Stands in front of Moses and poses, his arm right across Moses' face, Hrgovic. I think Moses just went, no, I'm not having that now, pushed him.
Yeah.
But when he got back on stage, he should have been ready for that slap coming back his way.
Yeah, I think it's now a bit of experience there and that. And yeah, there's been times when, I remember when, you know, my debut with all the media and all that stuff, because when you square off with your opponent as an amateur, you're ready to fight, you're in the ring. And then when I was squaring off with Grandoni, and then I've got to switch off again and go and do media, and then I've got to square off with him again, it was like trying to channel, you know, going in the zone, ready to fight, and then going back out of it. And it took me a while to sort of get used to it. But I'm there now anyway. I'm a good few fights in, but it is definitely an experience sort of gig. 100%.
So are you basically saying that it's not ideal to see like a boxer push his opponent?
No, of course it's good. It doesn't mean like whatever happens, it's not going to be guaranteed on the night, because so-and-so did that out away and it means they're going to beat them or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's entertainment, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
I always remember the Mike Tyson and Lennox Lewis, like, that's obviously too far. Do you remember when he got off the
God,
thing
yeah.
and went and
He
and it all
disappeared out the
kicked
spotlight,
off?
remember?
Yeah.
We were
Yeah,
like, where's he
exactly.
going?
Yeah.
Exactly. And then you got the David A. and Chisora with the
Yeah,
bottle.
yeah.
But even though it's bad, one thing that comes out of it is you
Sells.
get loads of people
Yeah.
tuning in, and that is the business side of things.
Yeah.
But then again, like Froch and Groves, like, things do get personal. It is real, this fight game. I think since all this misfits and all that, people think it's some joke, and when Jake Paul comes along and all that, but you know, people die in this ring, and it's no joke. It's the hardest
joke at
sport
all.
in the world for a reason.
Yeah.
Fun though, Steph. Fun, isn't it, from a fan's perspective?
It's definitely fun.
I want to see that. I want to see Moses. I want to see a different side of
Yeah, absolutely.
Moses. So, Sam Noakes, 7 rounds in against Berencic here. I always knew this was going to be a tough fight for him, but it looks like he's in the ascendancy. We are about to have the ring walks for the Chantelle Cameron, Mikaela Mayer fight. Looks like Cameron's just about to ring walk now. What's it been like in camp with her? How's she been looking?
Oh, she's an animal, Chantelle. Do you know what she said actually last week? The cheeky bugger. She went up to Jamie. I've just finished sparring and all that, so he's taking the gloves off me and all. And then she comes up and she says, "Oh, I want to do a few rounds with you, like next week, Pat, and all this." And I went, "Well, I don't want to do a few rounds with you. I'm all right. I've seen her as far. I'm not going anywhere near her. She's an animal." Thing is with Chantelle, she's got an engine. She's non-stop, and she's very strong as well. But her engine is the main attribute. Like, she's just non-stop, in your face, on top of you all the time. And obviously Katie Taylor, that was her biggest fight and her biggest win of her career, and what essentially put her on the platform, really.
To be honest, I do have to say, just before they get into this fight, that I absolutely love what Jake Paul has done with MVP. He's put these women on a platform, and it's incredible to actually see, even with Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano putting that just before that huge fight that he had with Mike Tyson. I had so many people come up to me and be like, who are these women? They absolutely love that fight. So putting these women on such a platform, and it's bringing new eyes to the sport, it can only grow the sport. So it's incredible to see. And look, Saturday night on Sky, this is great.
He's changed the game.
Yeah.
For women's boxing, he's changed the game. I give him that much credit.
Yeah, he has 100%. And do you know what? Even just getting in the ring with Joshua as well, and the pressure on his shoulders, because there's one thing like starting boxing, and obviously with the money he's got behind him and pumping it into training camps, and let's be honest, he's been doing it for years now, so he credit where credit is due. He is like an okay boxer, and obviously against Joshua he was running and stuff, but like, Joshua's an absolute killer.
Yeah.
And fair play to him. What he's done for the sport, like you touched upon, he's done massive things, and this is great. Like, seeing like Katie Taylor, what a fighter, and what a woman. I've met her, and she's just unbelievable. So humble, and she's a credit to the sport. She really is.
Around the time of that fight, I remember chatting to mates of mine who aren't necessarily boxing fans, but football fans, and they were like, it was just like when you're in school and you'd say, would you do this for £1 million? Would you do this for 10 million? And all these like games you play as a child. You're like, I'd fight Anthony Joshua for 40 million. Jake Paul he just got that dream. And I'm like, you don't understand the mental strength it takes just to walk to that ring in front of a sold-out arena. Oh, and by the way, the guy behind you is Anthony Joshua, the former unified heavyweight champion of the world. He's going to walk behind you, and you've got to face him. Oh, and by the way, you used to be on the Disney Club. You've made a living on social media and made millions, and that's his world. But he could just as easily have been a 10-second meme, 10-second GIF for the rest of his life. So I don't blame him for running. I think he deserves all the credit in the world. His own career is what it is, and it is a complete novelty, of course. But as you touched on earlier, Steph, he's used that novelty aspect to draw in a massive audience, and then he's gone, right, women's boxing, boom, have a look at that.
Yeah.
And now he owns 99% of the female boxers are signed to MVP, aren't they? That's where they go. That's where they get paid. That's where the big fights are.
It was needed. It was like there was a gap in the market for it, and it's great to see. One thing that I do love about Mikaela Mayer is that she just doesn't back down from a challenge. Like, she goes for it. She doesn't back down. She'll fight anybody. Alicia Baumgardner, Sandy Ryan, Natasha Jonas, and now Chantelle Cameron. And I know that she also wants to be able to fight Lauren Price. She also wants to fight Clarissa Shields.
Wow, what a legacy that would be to
I
face
know.
all of them. But when Pat described Chantelle before, you could easily have described Mikaela Mayer.
Yeah.
Great gas tank, front foot, puts it all in, leaves nothing in, all those attributes. That's why I think this fight could steal the show and be in the most competitive fight of the night.
Yeah.
Obviously, we think Moses is going to do something a bit special in that main event, but I don't think it's going to be that easy anyway. Throughout the night, obviously, you're going to get the opinions of us three, but also we want you to come and join and become part of the conversation as well. So send your messages to us at BBC Live text page or the YouTube comments section. Dive in there, and the best ones, Rich is going to pick out for us, and we're going to read out on the show. I'm a big fan of a national anthem, especially for title fight, two girls, top 5 in the world, both bringing world title belts into the ring. Why not?
Yeah.
I'm all in, me.
Yeah. I got to be honest, though. I think I would have loved to have seen a trilogy with Chantelle Cameron and Katie Taylor.
Yeah, that would have been nice next week, wouldn't it?
It would have.
It would have been great.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda. It's not
Yeah.
happening.
Well, you've got to take a measured approach as well. It's not like Katie hasn't earned the spades and earned,
Yeah.
a big finish. Well, I'm going to ask Steph. Well, me and Steph will answer this because obviously we can be.
What is
We're
it?
not biased by the fact of who we think is going to win with Mikaela Mayer now and Chantelle. You can be honest. Listen, don't worry, Pats. And understand the man. He's not going to take a swing at you if you go with Mikaela. I'll be honest. I think this has got scorecards written all over it. I think it's going to be controversial one way or the other. I've seen enough of Chantelle and enough of Mikaela Mayer to know these two are going to knock 7 belts out of each other now for 10 rounds.
Yeah.
And I think the judges at the end, they're going to have a real tough decision to make. I'm hoping Chantelle gets it over the line, but I think this is going to be a cracker, Steph.
It will be. I'm going to be a cop out. I'm going to go I'm sticking to the Brit, Chantelle Cameron.
Little cheeky OnlyFans deal there. Pat, have you had a word with OnlyFans yourself?
Definitely not me. No, I'm all Everlast. I'm a commercial brand. I'm not all about that OnlyFans stuff. But can I just say the corner there? Jamie Moore, Nigel Travis, Conor Walker, and then Kerry Kays. Kerry Kays is a legend. He's my cut man. He's been there with Ricky Hatton, Tony Bellew. You know what? I've been to his house numerous times, and you should see the memorabilia in his garage of the fighters that he's done. And like, he's so humble, and he's the most knowledgeable man, or one of them up there in my top 3.
Yeah.
Who I would go to for advice. He's full of stories and wisdom, and what a bloke he is. And yeah, obviously, hopefully not. But if Chantelle did get a cut, he's in the best hands there with Kerry Kays.
I've known Kerry forever, self-made millionaire.
Yeah, he is.
One of the nicest fellas in the world. I remember going to his
and you
gym.
would never think it, would
Oh,
you?
no,
You would
absolutely
never
not.
think it.
But I remember going to his gym when Ricky used to be in the back room.
Yeah.
But you're right, I've been in the dressing room with him numerous times as well, watching him put injections into Bellew's hands before fights and everything.
Mm.
Don't see him as much in the corner anymore.
No,
See him all the time.
yeah.
He's cut back a little bit.
Yeah, he's cut back a little bit. I think he only does it for Jamie and Nige really now, to be fair. I know he did in America when I was boxing there. He obviously did me and come over, and I was saying, Keddy, come on, you don't need to fly all the way to America. But he was like, no, I'm going to do it and all that. And then he ended up doing another fighter there as a favour. And I think he said after that, like, I'm not doing no more of them. I'm just sticking to obviously what I'm there for, the fight room I'm there for, and that. Because he's so generous, Keddy. He helps everyone out.
Yeah. This Sam Rokes Baranchik fight is just coming into the 9th round now. He just flashed up Carl Frampton's scorecard, and he had Sam Noakes comfortably ahead. If it is, this is a tremendous win for him, beating a former world champion of this level.
Yeah, and them Ukrainians as well, they all can box very well. They've all got that sort of tight guard. They're good with their feet in and out, and they're very elusive.
This Baranchik's big problem, though, he's just not active enough.
Yeah.
He fights once a year, that's it, and then disappears. It's probably because he's the king of the Who Needs Him club, I think.
Yeah.
What was Chantelle's ring walk? Do you know? What was the music?
Don't know, you know.
Didn't hear
Not
it.
too sure.
Sam Noakes come out to Dolly Parton before. It was cracker.
Yeah,
A bit of 9 to 5. Little tribute to Dolly.
That's a nice ring walk.
They had a bit of
Yeah.
back and forth at the weigh-in, these two, didn't they?
They did, yeah.
So not backwards and coming forwards. What's your favourite ring walk, Steph?
I think it would have to be Chris Eubank when he came out with 50 Cent. That was really good. That was nice.
Pat?
It was like everybody got a free concert. So they gave
course.
the boxing and they got a bit of a concert with it.
Yeah, I was there live watching that. It was a very good ring walk, and the original one as well, when he walked out with his dad, that was amazing.
Yeah.
With both
yeah.
of them, both sides. But for
Yeah.
me, just watching in terms of like on the TV or on my phone and that, I love a David A. Ain't No Stopping Us Now. That's
Yeah.
good.
Oh,
And Tyson Fury when he walked out to Crazy, that was very good.
I
He
was
got
there.
in wild his head.
I
That
was
was a
there,
very
yeah.
good ring walk. There's loads, isn't there? Absolutely loads.
What would be like your ring walk song if you got to pick one?
I boxed in 2008 was the last time, and I boxed Shane Erie, a former world champion from Liverpool, to raise money from charity.
Yeah.
And I walked out to Harder, Faster, Stronger
Oh.
by Kanye West, which in hindsight, looking back, I wish I'd walked out to the Rocky theme tune at the time. I thought it was being dead
That would
cool.
have been
But,
good.
but I'm old. I'm a lot older than both of you, so I was there when Nas got carried out on the flying carpets.
Oh, really?
Well, it's aged like a fine wine now. Puff Daddy wrapped him to the ring that night. Puffy was rapping. And then I was there the night as well when he come out, and it was the to Thriller, and
Yeah.
it was the all the
Yeah.
headstones and all that. Nas's ring walks were incredible.
Yeah, there was.
How important, Pat, is like a ring walk for a boxer when coming out? I remember when I did a video on ring walks and I got some comments and some people were saying that who cares? It's not that important. We're not there for the ring walks. And I was thinking it is actually quite important. Like the ring, otherwise it wouldn't be shown. It wouldn't be a part of it. I personally think it is quite important.
Yeah, I think it's simply for entertainment purposes for the viewers, because like your core boxers who have had an amateur pedigree, there's no walkout. It's just simply you're there to put your skills and show in the ring and box. And then obviously the pro game, it's a bit more razzmatazz. Everyone's getting all excited. It's an event. You're a showman, aren't you? You're no longer just a boxer. You've got to be the whole package. So, like I enjoy a ring walk. It gets you pumped up, definitely. But I am personally very old school, where like I am just a straight up fighter. So
Yeah.
I'm just ready to go, really.
Okay, fine.
But that's not me saying I don't want to do a ring walk, because you can do loads of special memories, can't you? You can bring certain people out with you.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen people bring the children out, and it's amazing. Like there's that Gladys Krause.
Yeah.
He brings his daughter out
Daughter out
dancing,
and they have a little
and what
dance, yeah.
amazing memories to have.
It's
You know,
nice to see.
seeing that, and then she'll have that for the rest of her life. You know, hearing a daddy going out like that, it's amazing. So
Yeah.
it's a win-win in my eyes.
I think ring walks can, obviously, from a fan's perspective, like I remember when Ricky used to walk out to Blue Moon, even though I'm not a Man City fan, the atmosphere at the Manchester arenas when he came out was just insane.
Yeah.
So it would pick the room up and no doubt pick him up as well. But then it can be a double-edged sword, because there used to be a boxer, well, there is a boxer from Liverpool called Derry Matthews, who boxed at a very high level for Crawler and everybody, for world titles. And he got to a point in his career where he just started getting knocked out.
Yeah.
And he ended up semi-retiring, and then he came back out of retirement. And when he spoke to the sports psychologist, he said, change your ring walk music, change your nickname on your shorts, insist that the ropes are a different colour than where they were for the last 3 fights. And he changed all these things, and then suddenly he had a second goal of his career, had a second chapter
Yeah.
in his career. So sometimes a ring walk music can have negative connotations if it's the same song every time,
Yeah.
because it'll bring back all the demons psychologically. So I like fighters that change it up,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, change it up where you are. I remember Tom Aspinall, I know that's UFC, but he fought in New York for the UFC belt, and he put he come out to Sting, Englishman in New
Yeah,
York.
brilliant.
It was mega.
Yeah, it was. I love a bit of Sting.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, Ricky's ring walks were unbelievable, weren't they? Blue Moon, next level, unbelievable. And it gets everyone pumped. It's a show, like I said, and Eubank coming out to Simply the Best and all that. Like, you can't. These are like iconic moments, aren't they? They're remembered forever. Dr. Steel, Hammer, Vladimir Klitschko. Like,
Chili Peppers.
Come on. Like, these are just,
Unreal.
yeah.
Unreal.
Kell Brook as well.
Oh, yeah.
All of the lights.
All of the lights. I was
Oh
going
my
to say
God.
that. Sorry, I was
Remember when he
waiting.
come out against Amir in Manchester? And
didn't
they
wanna
got the guy
cut.
playing the
Yeah,
piano.
Amazing.
That was incredible.
When was that now? But that would have been, what year was that?
About 3 years ago now, wasn't it? It was past its sell-by date when it happened,
Yeah.
but a couple of years ago now. There's talk of Kell coming back and fighting Eubank in that. I tell you what, Sam Noakes looks like he's won that and won it easy. That is a tremendous win.
Yeah. Oh, we've got the main event next. Can
Yep.
Moses
Getting very
Itauma
real now.
make history? Second youngest after Mike Tyson. Can he do it?
Just having a little look at any comments there. Scott is asking, Nick, where's the house coat? Now, because I'm famous for house coats in Liverpool, we call it a dressing gown, but I'm famous for when I do a watch-along, I wear a dressing gown. It's actually hanging up there at the back, my special octopus dressing gown. Maybe I'll put that on a bit later.
You'll be hitting me then with them long
But
arms.
What is it with you and long arms?
I know, yeah.
Me and Mr. Hedges. Rizza says, our national anthem is boring and too short. Fair enough. Fair enough, Rizza. Tell us how you really feel, pal. I think it sounds like those scorecards are a little bit closer than they expected it to be,
Yeah.
but
Tell you what, that Mikaela's tall, isn't she?
yeah.
Mm.
I remember thinking that when she fought Tash,
Yeah.
I was ringside when she fought Tasha Jonas, and she's so long. You think you think you're out of range, and that long jab. She does that as well. She fights in bursts and then
Yeah.
holds on the inside. Frustrating.
Just looking, remember we was talking about those 2-minute rounds, and they do seem to go like really quick.
Yeah, I think Chantelle was saying in the gym, well, would have been about 2 months ago now, she was saying she wants to do 3 minutes
Yeah.
instead of 2.
I think this is something MVP across the board are doing. If you remember,
Yeah.
remember Serrano and a couple of them. In fact, Chantelle was one of them. Remember, she gave up a world title, and they were like, "We want to do 3-minute rounds," and then, you know, old men in blazers decided they couldn't.
Yeah.
But in the future, you know, in a generation from now, when women are doing 3-minute rounds, then we'll look back and go, yeah, but you know, this girl's amazing. She'd have probably beat Casey Taylor because she's fighting
Yeah.
over 36 minutes and not 20 minutes. And we'll be like, no,
Yeah.
you can't do that.
Yeah.
Katie was denied the opportunity.
Yeah.
This generation is being denied of the opportunity. I think we're lacking, for me as well, Steph, we're lacking viral moments in women's boxing.
Yeah.
It's booming. It's brilliant.
It's
like, this
so
is as
good.
good as it gets. This is
Yeah.
as good as any man's fight you'll see this year in
Yeah.
terms of these two girls and their technical ability and their standing in the sport.
Yeah.
But your safe money will always be this is going a distance and it's going to be a tough fight to
Yeah.
score
Yeah.
because you're trying to score two elite female boxers, elite world champions in 20 minutes rather than 36. And the difference, it's half a fight.
It's a lot. Yeah.
Chantelle just stuck her tongue out there. I think she's in a little bit of a flow state. She's a bit confident.
What's Jamie like in the corner, Pat?
Yeah, he's good. He's very calm, Jamie.
Yeah.
He's got a very calm like presence about him. Like, even if, you know, things are a little bit on top, he's always very calm. There's Stacey Copeland there. I know her family very well. She was the first Commonwealth medalist, I think.
Was she?
Yeah, female Commonwealth medalist. If I believe I'm right anyway. But yeah, she was the first like female, definitely. Yeah, good fighter, Stacey.
Yeah, very good. Great analyst as well.
Yeah,
Have you guys been watching this? Mikaela Mayer, Chantelle Cameron.
Yeah.
yeah.
Who do you think's winning it so far?
I think Chantelle's getting on top of her a little bit now.
Mm.
Chantelle's just got to get her head on her chest and get close, get inside that jab. It is a superb jab that Mayer's got. Couple more comments coming in. Is that Mikaela? Apologies. Moses is a good boxer, but I don't know why I'm worrying about him this time. Well, I think the reason people are worried this time is because, with all due respect to his previous opponents, this is a guy that is probably overdue a world title opportunity himself, that has got a lot more experience than Moses, that has beaten better caliber of guys that Moses has beaten, and doesn't seem to be intimidated. He's give it to Moses all week. Don't forget, this guy has waited so long for a world title fight. Croatia have never had a world heavyweight boxing champion. Like, he's got a lot to lose as well. It's all on the line for him. He's been a big bear, as you say. Abel Sanchez, no stone unturned. There is no tomorrow for Filip Hrgovic. If he loses here, there ain't going to be a fast route back to the top.
Yeah.
Frank Warren owns the heavyweight division. So if you've had your shot and you've been beat, we're still been stopped, you go to the back of the line.
Yeah.
And it's not like you can go and negotiate with a different promoter or go somewhere else. Frank's the kingmaker in the heavyweight division, isn't he? So I think that, Steph, is why a lot of people are nervous tonight, because they realise Hrgovic is a real live dog.
Yeah. I think also maybe the slight difference is there was a lot more confidence with the type of opponents that, like you said, that Moses has been in the ring with before. But with this, we've said it before, Hrgovic is just a lot more experienced. You know that he's durable. You've seen the type of guys that he's been in the ring with. You've seen the big shots that he has taken. And so it's almost like, we know that Moses Itauma, he's quick. We know that he is powerful. You know that he moves like a very light on his feet for a heavyweight. Yeah. So it's almost like, will Hrgovic be able to withstand his power? Do you get what I mean? Or would he be able to take... So it's almost like you're unsure, but this is what makes it such a good fight. Yeah. Do you get what I mean? But I think this is needed. I think a fight like this is needed for Moses Itauma. I know many boxing fans did want Moses Itauma to be tested, and this is a great opportunity for it.
I guess we've got to go with the fact that because he went 5 rounds, Pat. Jermaine Franklin, his last opponent, tested him most, I guess, because he survived rounds. That's probably down to the fact that he's a big old lump. He takes a great shot. He went the distance with AHA. He's been the distance with some decent boxers. He's got a tiny head for the heavyweights as well. But we got 4 rounds in, and then as soon as Franklin got a little bit of ambition, as soon as he thought, right, I'm in the fight now, as soon as he thought that, it was the uppercut that he didn't even see coming that finished him off. And that's what Moses has got, I guess.
Yeah, he's got that that sort of power till the end. And obviously we've not seen him near the end at all to even say that, really, but I believe so. And reality is, obviously you got Dillian Whyte. Everyone was excited for that fight because he's like an all-timer. He's a big name. But in the back of people's mind, they were thinking he's past it, though. He's shot. Yeah. Whereas with Hrgovic, he's been in there with Dubois. Obviously, you got Dave out of there at Doncaster. Like, he's thriving. He's really wanting this belt, like you said. And let's be honest, in Croatia, the media there will be massive for him. And we won't be seeing that, obviously. Yeah. So it's going to be humongous back at home. So he knows. He's been here before. He's beaten numerous British fighters. There's no surprises for him. That's why he's so confident. He's a true professional and he's an experienced veteran. So I think this is why people are humming and ahhing, because people say this is Moses' first test. Yeah, it is at world level, obviously. But in terms of his career and what he's done, he's been tested in many ways against, like you said, Jermaine Franklin and stuff. Like, he's gone the distance with Joshua, and what he did there was remarkable. And that's when you know you're good. When people are saying, oh, it doesn't surprise me if Moses is going to go and do that. So that just shows what level he's at. But tonight is definitely the night where we're really going to see, has he bit off a bit too much that then he can chew, or is he going to go down as one of the greatest heavyweights?
Speaking of big heavyweight fights, it looks like we've got another one as well. Frank's in the ring right now with Daniel Dubois. I'm pretty certain. There he is. Oh, yes. What did he say then? 17th of October, did he say? That's the rematch? It's pretty quick, that. 2 of them must have been in camp. Nope. He's not bothered about a repeat.
What did you think about that fight when you watched it?
To be honest with you, I fancied Daniel.
Yeah.
I fancied Daniel when he fought AJ as well. I can say that because it's true. And I tipped him to do to AJ exactly what he did. And I tipped him to beat Fabio Wardley as well. I think he's a lot better than a lot of people give him credit for. I think people try and paint him as a bit of a caricature because he has got a bit of a funny personality, Daniel. Yeah. But he's an awful lot better and he's got an awful lot of experience, certainly compared to Fabio Wardley. For this rematch, Steph, I honestly can't see anything different than what happened the first time. Daniel's too skillful for him. Fabio's a little bit too easy to hit. And I'll be honest, I think this rematch clause, I understand why Fabio's pulling the trigger, because if you don't, we spoke about it earlier, you go to the back of the queue in Frank's heavyweight roster. So I understand why he's activating this rematch clause, but I don't understand what he can do different in a rematch with Dubois to avoid what happened in the first fight.
Yeah, and I think as well, obviously the fight, I wasn't there live in person, but was watching it live at home, and I've never watched a fight so gruesome in my life.
Yeah.
Like, I believe that it should have got stopped earlier.
Oh, he took a hiding, yeah.
He was out on his feet, and that takes a lot out of you as a fighter. And obviously, he's an absolute, look at him squaring off there now, but he's an absolute warrior, and you got to take your hat off, you know, to both fighters. But I just think too much has happened in that last fight, and I think Dubois will get the job done. But Dubois does go off confidence as well, because like he was a bit nervous at the start, got dropped, and it was a good shot. But then when he started getting success, when he builds confidence, he is so dangerous.
Yeah. Do you think it's too soon for a rematch?
For Fabio Wardley, I do personally, yeah. But unfortunately, as I say, if he doesn't take the rematch, then Dubois moves on. But and then you're like, now you've got to go and beat a Zhili Zhang, you've got to go and beat a Hrgovic, you've got to go and beat top 10 guys to get the opportunity again.
Yeah.
So you may as well just roll a dice and go again. But, you know, he had the perfect start, as you pointed out. He dropped Daniel early. But I think Daniel Dubois going into that rematch, he won't have to build his confidence, because his confidence, you can see then.
Yeah.
When he's squaring up to him, he's already ready to look down his nose at him.
Definitely. And it's like the same thing with Jack Catterall. Obviously, they've sanctioned, well, they've said in the contract 180 days, you know, for him to fight the winner, and it was Teofimo Lopez, and obviously the humming and ahhing and all this stuff. But the chairman said it's definitely Jack Catterall. That's it.
Yeah.
And it's great news, that, because that is what boxing is. The best need to fight the best, and I get it's a business, but I do think we've gone the other way where, you know, people are avoiding each other because they want a bigger payday with a bigger name on paper. And I'm so happy that Jack Catterall is getting what he deserves against Teofimo, and I do truly believe he's currently the best British fighter we've got. I really believe that.
He just needs that opportunity, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Looks like they're announcing Buatsi, Willie Hutchinson here as well. I guess that's for the this heavyweight undercard. No complaints for me over that fight either. I think that's a cracker.
Yeah, it is. Buatsi's a tough boy. That fight with Callum Smith was next level.
What a fight that was.
It was a great fight. I don't know if you guys missed it, but Chantelle Cameron seems to be up on those scorecards.
Yeah, she'll go on and win now, definitely.
Yeah, I think
this
so
is
too.
When it gets deep into waters, Chantelle this is her sort of realm. She grows in confidence as the fight goes on.
She's got a great work rate. To be
has.
honest, both women have great work rates. Look at her go.
Little message here from Dave, says Cameron to beat Mayer by a close-ish points decision, 96-94 kind of result, I reckon. Yeah, I think we kind of agreed it was going to be close earlier on. Oh, hello, like Anto Kakachi and Nick Ball.
Oh.
I was wondering when Nick Ball was going to be out. He's been very quiet since he lost his world title. Nick Ball going up to super featherweight. Kakachi's going to have a massive reach advantage on him there.
But that's why everyone loves Nick Ball, because he really is like, I've seen him in GB before when he's come sparring Galal, and he is like a pocket bully. He's just thick set, and he's so explosive and powerful. He's exciting to watch.
I really did wanted to see him against Bruce Shushu Carrington, but I spoke to Bruce Carrington. He didn't seem quite up for it.
No.
No, since he lost.
It's a great fight, but stylistically, that's going to look mad. Because
Yeah,
Anto's
it is.
so big for super feather, and Nick was a small featherweight.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to give him hell. Another post here from Oliver with AJ Fury and Usyk, all likely retiring before 2027. I don't know how accurate that is. Tonight marks the start of a new era. Well, that's for sure. A new generation of heavyweight boxers holding world belts. I hope it's Moses. It's going to be Moses. KO in the first or the fourth. Wow. Oliver's all in early. Or he thinks Hrgovic might ride that early rounds and survive a couple more rounds. Is it too late to care about AJ versus Fury?
No.
Hrgovic should put Dubois away. Hrgovic should have put Dubois away. Oh, sorry. And is a class above Itauma, in my opinion. Wow. That's not to say Itauma won't win, but Hrgovic is being massively underrated, and he will have to put in a best performance to date by far, says Daniel. A class above Itauma. I'm not too sure what Daniel is seeing there. I guess experience. He's got a lot more experience than Itauma, but the best attributes, we've just seen Itauma hit pads there with Ben Davidson, Pat. Is his biggest attribute the speed?
Yeah, of course. He's very explosive and he's fast. That's what gets him out of there, because they don't see the shots coming. And I'm trying to think who's the fastest Hrgovic has been in with. Dubois, he is fast. He's got a tremendous jab. And he sparred rounds with like Wilder, but Wilder's not. He's explosive, but he's only got the right hand that comes through. Someone's telling me, I think, has he sparred David A before? I think David A said something the other day.
Yeah, I've seen photos of that. Yeah, he was only a baby at the time.
Yeah. And David A, obviously, he is very fast. He's explosive, but yeah, his main attribute in this fight is definitely his speed, and the early rounds is where he's obviously going to be most dangerous. But yeah, as it goes later into the rounds, they're the questions we want to know. If Moses has got it, we know that with Hrgovic, though.
I think just you saying that in those earlier rounds, that's where Moses finds his success. And I think that's the reason why Hrgovic can't allow him to find his rhythm so early on. He's got to make him almost uncomfortable in those earlier rounds.
Listen, keep the hot takes coming. Also, if you've got any questions for any of us, particularly Pat, of course, with his big fight coming up, send your messages to the BBC Live text page or YouTube comment section. Get stuck in there. We are now deep into round number 8 of Mayer Cameron. It looks like Mikaela Mayer's got a cut over her left eye. It's hard to really say how we're scoring it, because obviously we've been chatting away as well, but the scorecards being put up by the Sky Sports team seem to have Cameron comfortably ahead. It does look like she's kind of winning the most important exchanges, Pat.
Yeah, I agree. Like I touch on all the time, you know, Chantelle's just always on your chest. Every single time I watch her spar, she's always, you know, applying the pressure. She's just caught with a great right hand then. And this is her sort of waters now in her territory. This is where she thrives the most.
The post we had in there, Steph, touched on Fury, AJ. They never really give us an opinion. They just said, is it too late to care about AJ versus Fury? I guess they were asking us a question.
Goes without
to answer. Go on, you go first. You answer the question first.
Goes without saying that fight should have happened a very long time ago. We all know that. We all wanted to see it once upon a time. But, you know, now the time is gone. You know, they're not spring chickens. Like this person said, they're at the back end of their career now. But, you know, there's some boxing fans who would still love to see it, because it's a fight that we've wanted to see and we've been waiting for such a long time. And others may have lost a bit of interest because it's not as competitive or seen as competitive because so much time has gone by. But I think the big question is where is it taking place? You know, that's been the talk for the past couple of weeks, actually.
Yeah.
You know, so
It's mad though, isn't it, that the division's moved on. We've just seen then Dubois, Fabio Wardley, nose to nose for number 2. You've got obviously a new champion to be crowned in about an hour's time or whatever it might be.
Caballel.
You've got Caballel sitting ringside as well, a very worthy and deserving champion. Like, there's some cracking fights to make in the heavyweight division, mouth-watering ones. I say one's just been announced there, and yet the biggest fight in the division is Fury AJ. There's no belt on the line. It's just because legacy demands the fact that these guys have to get it on before they walk away from the sport.
Yeah, 100%. I've always said this. The past it's obvious. However, I still believe that they'll get the same amount of views as they would have if they were both in the prime, because you can't say to me that someone who's saying, oh, I'm not watching that fight, they're not in the primes, it's useless, it's just money grabbing, and then they're going to sit at home and watch Coronation Street or whatever, or something on catch up. They're going to be putting on the fight 110%. Everyone is going to tune in on that. It's the biggest fight in world boxing.
But we waited forever for Mayweather-Pacquiao and it was crap.
Yeah, it was.
It was an
But
absolute letdown.
how many views did it get, and how much money did it produce? Because that's just it. Whether you like it or not, you're gonna tune in and watch it just because, like you said, the legacy and that. And think about the build up, Fury trying to get in Joshua's head and all that. Like, it's...
But imagine, listen, Fury's defined his career with basically 2 rivalries: going to Germany, ending the Klitschko's reign. Bomph! What a moment that is. And then the trilogy with Wilder. Incredible, epic. Probably those signature wins are bigger than anything AJ's done, in my opinion. Although AJ's beaten far more world champions, competes at a higher level. He's got a bigger body of work. But we should be talking about this being fight number 3 or 4 or 5, Steph.
yeah, I know.
This should be like, we should have had our own Fury Wilder triple header. Like, he's won one, he's knocked him down, he's got up, he's at this moment. That's what we should be talking about. It should have defined their legacies.
Yeah.
Coming now, you're a bit like, come on.
I know. It's come too late. It's come too late. I think, yeah, it's come way too late.
I always said Fury would win. Always. And now I'm just like, I don't even know anymore. Because I watch them now. Obviously, like everybody else, I didn't get to watch Fury's fight out in Thailand. But the bits that I saw, I was like, oh, God. But then, obviously, I did watch the Prenga fight and was like, oh, my word. You know, he was gone.
But you got to give it to AJ. After everything that he's been through, he came back, you know, he still got into the ring. I mean, losing 2 of your best friends is not the easiest of things. And you know that boxing is a mental game as well. So,
yeah.
I think it was a sparring match, Fury. He just did that just to get used to it, get the rounds in again, just get the cobwebs off.
yeah.
Why I think Fury will win and why he's got the edge is because what he did to Makhmudov. Because I know it wasn't like old Fury and all that, but Makhmudov is still, you know, he's a dangerous man, and he made light work of him.
He had to switch on.
In a packed out stadium.
Yeah.
And like me personally, like I don't think AJ would have done it in that fashion. I know style makes fights and all that, but I don't think AJ's got the legs to keep Fury off him. And obviously, Joshua's going to lamp Fury and all that, and we've got to see if he's got the legs still and stuff. But I just think Fury's got more strings to his bow still, and I believe he's the fresher fighter, even though they're both obviously not fresh anymore.
It's funny with Tyson, isn't it? Because when he's up for it, when the fight matters, when he needs to switch on, 9 times out of 10 he produces a vintage performance. It's when it's a layup, when it's a potential banana skin, when it's a Francis Ngannou and he just seemingly doesn't take it seriously. That's when he looks awful and looks poor. But you're right. I'm glad you mentioned with AJ, like, how the hell is he back in a boxing ring after what he went through?
I know.
Like, just the details of that incident, that tragedy, and when you hear about, you know, moving seats and you just think, how has he psychologically got over that to even ever want to walk to a ring again? Because let's be honest, he's got generational wealth. His legacy is assured. He's going to go down as one of the greatest heavyweights, British heavyweights of all time, one of the best heavyweights of this generation. The guy that, you know, was a key reason why boxing's in a position it's in now because he started filling football stadiums, never mind arenas, after his Olympic gold medal. Like, AJ, that's his legacy. His legacy's done.
Yeah.
He doesn't need a final chapter where he faces Tyson Fury. We need it. We're demanding it.
Yeah.
But AJ doesn't need it. And that's what I find unusual. I'm a bit like, you don't need to go out there and be Fury, but I guess doesn't matter how much money he's won, doesn't matter where the legacy is. The competitor in him, he wants to know.
Yeah.
And, you know, if he never boxes again, he's got nothing left to prove to me, AJ. He's done everything he needs to do. And you could kind of say that about Tyson, to be honest.
Yeah, he's definitely carried British boxing on his back, and he'll be known for that forever. And yeah, I've always rated AJ. I've always, like, people always give him a bit of a tough time, don't they? But what he's done as an amateur, I've been there, I've done it, I've seen how hard it is, and yeah, unbelievable. And then as a pro as well, and like you said, you know, selling out arenas, selling out stadiums, and all that. He is he's an icon, isn't he, for British boxing? And then you got Fury, he's a bit more of the bad cop, but then Fury was like low key, no one was really interested until the Klitschko win, and then obviously his comeback for Wilder, like that was got to be up there with one of the greatest comebacks of all time. That coming from mental illness, being so overweight, and then all of a sudden you're getting in with, at the time, the biggest puncher in boxing history potentially, and then he goes and does a job on him.
Yeah. Could tell Chantelle Cameron's got that confidence, that victory confidence.
Yeah, you can tell. You
yeah,
can tell
she's
by
got that victory
Mikaela
confidence.
Mayer's corner as well, that they're not celebrating. They know that that she's lost this fight.
She's lost it.
Mayer's just got a cut over that top left eye.
And do you know what? She'll come back and she'll probably go for another tough fight because that's just how she is.
Yeah.
And you can tell that the main event's about to start, Itauma versus Hrgovic.
Yeah, they're starting the promos now.
Do you know,
loads of Naz?
Pat, you mentioned that Itauma is like fast, and that's one of the key things about Moses Itauma. But I think it's like a package. It's, yes, he's fast, but it's his shot selection. It's his movement. He's able to stay composed. It's incredible to see. It's like this whole package that we've seen in these 14 fights. And so it's almost like, all right, let's see that against somebody who's experienced. Let's see that against somebody who has taken these heavy shots. Let's see that against somebody who is durable and how he reacts to it. But for me, I would love to see Moses Itauma like dig deep. I want him to take a heavy shot. Do you get what I mean? And then how he responds to it. Because it's almost been like a bit too easy.
Yeah.
And it's been brilliant to see. And it's great to see what he's displayed. And yes, he's a special talent. But it's like, how does he respond when he's in those deep waters?
Those questions need answering. And it won't just be us. You know, obviously a lot of people are talking about it. A lot of people talk about how exciting he is. But, you know, we've had young, exciting heavyweights before. And, you know, a good friend of mine, David Price, you know, Olympic medalist, thought he was going to take over the world. He was at like a dozen fights in, looked unbelievable, British titles. And then they put him in with Tony Thompson, and it all went wrong on that night. And then he made the terrible decision to put him straight back in with Tony Thompson, and it all went wrong again. And we talked earlier about, you know, changing the psyche and stuff. That was always a mistake. But he was never the same fighter again, David Price, after that. His confidence got shot to bits, and that can happen in this sport.
Yeah.
And that could happen tonight.
Yeah.
And I think that's why with Moses, it's like, I do want to see him after taking knee. I do want to see him take a shot, go for a walk, have a hold, ride the round through, or, you know, get back to the corner, cold water on his head.
Yeah.
Chantelle's got that decision, yeah.
Oh, congrats.
Yeah,
to her.
Dave Allen said to me that when he boxed Price and that, he's never been hit so hard in his life. And
Is that
since
Lauren
then,
Price?
he's pardon?
David Price.
David Price, okay.
David Price, yeah. And then he said since that fight against Price, like he's never been the same since.
Yeah.
Like just
Phenomenal fighter. Honestly,
going home and all
Pricey,
that. His head was all
phenomenal
over the
fighter.
place. Yeah.
Yeah, phenomenal. Just like, for me, just lacked that little killer instinct.
Yeah.
But that's what this game is, isn't it? It's small margins, fine inch. It's not football. You know,
Yeah.
it's footballers get to play 2 or 3 times a week. If you have a bad game, there's 10 other fellas who to pick up the slack for you.
Yeah.
If you have a bad game, well, there's another game in 3 or 4 days' time. And in boxing, you know, certainly in the heavyweight division, if you fight twice a year, you're busy,
Yeah.
you're active.
You know, Pat, you were saying that Hrgovic starts off quite fast. In his fight with Daniel Dubois, I saw on the stats that, you know, it was 44 of his power punches in those first 4 rounds with Daniel Dubois. And then it makes me think, if he brings that in a fight like this with Moses Itauma, what would the outcome be?
Yeah, he does it every fight. He comes out like a greyhound out the blocks. Hrgovic did it with Dave Allen. He's done it in most of his fights, and obviously Itauma is the same. So it could be like a Hagler Hearns, who knows?
Yeah. Well, he was well up against Dubois before he
Yeah.
got stopped on cuts.
Yeah, he was.
Like 6 or 7 rounds, and he won at least 4 or 5 of them.
And Daniel Dubois' jab, everyone says, is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's like a backhand every time it hits you, apparently.
If you were in the Itauma corner, Pat, you know, if you was coach or if you were Itauma himself, how would you approach this? All this pressure, main event, youngest British world heavyweight champion. Hrgovic is dangerous, you know that, but you also know that he starts fast. So if you start fast, you know, it could be chaos in there. Do you go on the back foot early on? Do you feed him a jab a little bit and move him round? Or do you think, well, if you want to go, let's go?
Yeah, I think with all the pressure and that leading up to it, I would just, you know, switch off from the noise. Don't be going on your phone all the time. Don't be looking at all the stuff, and just keep your mind on the job and just chill out, watch a bit of TV, and don't be too engaged with it all. And then in terms of the fight, I think it's the other way around. If Hrgovic needs to be careful of Itauma coming out the blocks fast, because I think if they both was to have a shootout, my money be on Itauma at the start. I think the only way Hrgovic beats him is later in the fight. And that's not me saying he won't get clipped, because it's heavyweight boxing, but when Itauma is fresh, it is hard to hit and his feet are on point.
Got a message here from Hamish down under. He says, watching from Australia, early Sunday morning here. Do you think a loss sets Itauma back significantly, or will it be overlooked for future matchups?
Oh, doesn't tarnish him whatsoever.
No.
He's 21 years of age.
Yeah.
It's unheard of to do what he's doing here.
It's Dubois Joyce, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's back to the drawing board. It should get your Fucadas over, get that level of heavyweight over, rebuild the confidence, rebuild the knockouts, and we go again.
Exactly.
I've got another question here for you, Pat, from Rick. He said, who's your dream opponent?
Who's my dream opponent? I've not got anyone domestically, but obviously everyone says like Opataya, don't they? I think he's like the main man in the cruiserweight division, so I would probably say him.
Yeah.
At the moment, yeah. That's like the finale fight.
Yeah.
If he's still there the time I get to that level. But then you got Benavidez. He's come up from light heavyweight to cruiserweight, so there's another massive fight as well. So the cruiserweight division is really like lifting off, but I'm still very much still like domestic level at the moment.
Yeah.
So them fights are still, I don't know how far away they are, but one step at a time at the moment. But yeah, they're like the dream fights, the mega fights.
Chantelle and Mikaela still going at it, look. I love it. I spent some time with Opataya over in Washington a couple of months ago. And a really nice lad, but you know, he's just frustrated at the top of that sport because it is a little bit fragmented because of politics and promoters and all that. I think that's the most frustrating thing for both people in the sport and for fans who watch the sport as well. It's like, can't everyone just fight anyone? Like, the whole point of a ranking system should mean that one fights 2.
Yeah.
And when he beats 2, he fights 3.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, to get ranked, you've got to pay the governing bodies money out your purse and all that stuff.
Yeah.
The sport does need reform. I don't know whether that reform is Zuffer.
Yeah.
To be honest, that could be out the frying pan into the fire as well. But, you know, boxing should be the best sport on the planet as far as I'm concerned. There's no other sport on the planet that brings excitement in the moments like boxing, where something can happen and change from a single punch. Yeah. And, you know, it's quite fitting to say this as Itauma's making his ring walk, because he is that guy, isn't he?
I was in Saudi Arabia when Fury fought in Ngannou, And I remember Moses Itauma was on the undercard, and he just finished, and he met Mike Tyson, and he was like to Mike Tyson, "I don't want to fight these bums. I want like a proper opponent. I want a real opponent." And Mike Tyson was like to him, "Nobody is bums. Like, you gain something with each and every fight. So, and you like every fight is an opportunity for you to learn something new." And now look at him here. He's headlining the O2.
Yeah.
Someone like Hrgovic, this is something that he's clearly wanted.
Nice little bit of graffiti there and some flames. I love it. Great song selection as well. I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of a rapper walking anybody out. It's not my my bag at all.
I think the sound is always awful.
Yeah.
Always awful. It's not nice to listen to when you're at home.
But typical Moses Itauma, this is what we've come to expect, Pat. Cool,
Yeah.
calm, collected.
He's got the little graffiti because I think that's the back to school little joke, potentially.
Love it, yeah.
But yeah, some pressure on his shoulders here. Look at that, 21 years of age walking out to that.
Walking on his own as well.
Yeah.
No corner team required. Doesn't need anyone patting him on the back.
Pat, there's another one here for you. He said, when's Pat planning to go heavyweight? I can see him and Moses in a couple of years. That's from Lee.
I think at the moment I wanna make a legacy as a cruiserweight. I want to be in the sort of realm of like topics like David A, and that'll be amazing. And then later down the line I will make the shift to go up, because most of my sparring is against heavyweights. And yeah, I do enjoy mixing it with them sort of lads in the ring. Definitely, it's a bit more my gig.
Out of all the heavyweights you've sparred, who would you say has been the toughest?
Probably.
I've got another question to ask after that. You guys are getting the exclusive here.
Martin Bicoli was very good.
Yep.
Riyad Paul punches very hard. And obviously, when me and Itauma sparred, we were kids really. So I can't really say Itauma, but that was still really high quality sparring. So I would say they're my sort of picks.
And the hardest puncher?
Riyad Paul, his right hand,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, from what I've experienced.
Let's get our predictions in. They're both in the ring. What are we thinking now? Do you still want to see Steph? You still want to see Moses tested? Or now he's in the ring, you're a bit like, just blow him away. Just get him out of there and become champ.
I think let's get that chin tested. You know what I mean?
Let's tick that box.
Yeah. And it's not because I'm praying for a downfall. I want Moses to win this fight. I'm behind him 100%. But let's see him dig deep. But I don't know. Who do you guys see winning this fight?
I think Itauma early doors or Hrgovic down the stretch, like most people would say. This is why it's so exciting, because Itauma's got so many questions to answer, and we all want him to win. Whereas Hrgovic, we know he's trial and tested.
Hrgovic out there in the Croatian flag as well. The full red and white checks. You know how much it means to him and how much it means to that nation. As I said before, I don't think there's another opportunity for him. This is it. This is what Hrgovic's entire boxing life has been toward this moment. And I think all those hours running in Big Bear and sparring, that would have been repeated to him every day. There is no tomorrow. This is your only chance to do this. Go down in history as the first and only Croatian heavyweight champion. So he'll be nervous too. Like, he's carrying the weight of a nation in there, you know. We're talking a lot, aren't we, about Moses being young, but he's going in there with someone that's more than capable of hitting him with something he's never been hit with before.
Yeah.
100%. Every fighter is nervous when they're in the ring. Anyone who says they're not, they're lying to you. It's your body's natural reaction.
Yeah.
Of course.
Everything's heightened, and if you don't have nerves, it's not a good thing.
I actually listened to an interview and Terence Crawford said he'll get so nervous, but he was like, he uses that because it's energy. So he just uses that energy in the fight. And I thought that was quite cool.
To John Jones one time, and he said, everyone gets butterflies. The trick is making them fly in formation.
Oh, I like that.
And I'm like, yeah, man. How do you do that then, Pat? As part of it, the work's done. I know I'm in the best shape I could possibly be in. I've made all the right preparation. My game plan's bob on. that's where I'm drawing confidence from.
Yeah, that's definitely a big part of it, and I think as well, experience. You've been there before.
Yeah.
Like I know on my debut, my GB debut, boxing internationally for the first time, I was so nervous, like the nervous I've ever been. And then my professional debut, I was nervous I've ever been again.
Yeah.
But then when I went to the Olympics as an amateur, I wasn't as nervous as I was. Obviously nervous, but I wasn't as nervous as I was with my first international fight. And then like my last fight and the fight before, I'm still very nervous, but it won't come close to the first professional debut because it's the first time experiencing it. You're going into the unknown, whereas you know what you're walking into.
So you were more nervous making your pro debut than you were boxing at Rio?
Yeah, I would say so.
Wow.
Yeah, but I would say they were on par when I had my first international fight for GB in Finland. I was very nervous for that.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I've never boxed internationally until a senior. I wasn't like a youth boxing internationally or a junior. It was when I was a senior, so it's quite
jumping a level.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, there we go. We're about to get the opening round. Don't blink. It is Moses Itauma. It could be open. It could be over in the first 30 seconds. We've seen that from him before. I think we're all open to get some questions answered, but I think right here, right now, Moses Itauma would take a first shot knockout if he could. Hrgovic, as expected, they've got a run, but that's a right hand round the back of the ear. I'm sure Zhili Zhang dropped Hrgovic with a right hand like that as well. Just over the top of that jab as he pours it out.
Ooh.
He's got his attention anyway. He stopped throwing, hasn't he, Hrgovic?
Yeah, he's definitely got his attention. I think Hrgovic's game plan is to take him into deep waters by the looks of things.
Yeah. But it's also don't back off. Hold your feet a little bit. Don't let him pour onto you. But I think that right hand's dazzled him because Hrgovic has thrown very little back since.
Little.
Yeah, he knows he's most dangerous at the start anyway. He's so explosive for Itauma though, so fast.
Yeah.
We just got to see if he doesn't get Hrgovic out of there, how does he?
Oh.
And will he slow down?
Yeah.
Go on.
Will he slow down or not?
Oh.
Good
Come
left
on,
hand as well.
Moses. Oh, yes. There he is.
Shin getting tested
Opening
early
round.
doors. He's not running away though.
No, he's still there. He's known for his chin, but you don't want to be getting it like that too much.
See, we've seen Franklin take these 1s and 2s though. It was when
Oh, go
Moses
on,
stepped it up
Moses.
and started following it with 3s and 4s. That's when he caught him. Hrgovic finally throws a decent shot back, but what a dream start, isn't it, for Moses? What a start for him.
Hrgovic hasn't hardly landed anything. We're coming to the end of the round.
I think he's still recovering from that right hook in the first 30 seconds.
Regaining his...
Oh,
lovely.
Beautiful.
Just a little step back, left hand, right down the pipe. 10 seconds to go in this opening round. Looks like Hrgovic is going to survive, but no argument who won it. That left hand to the body as well, Pat. That's something he's threw a few times already in this first round.
Yeah, it is, definitely, and it's landing sharp and fast.
Can't miss with it.
No.
Right in the solar plexus.
I think Hrgovic is most dangerous, you know, when both fighters are tired and it's a bit of a bar fight. That's when he really shines through.
And again, I wouldn't be against it going there. In fact, I want it to go there. I want to be in
Yeah.
8-9 rounds in and go, okay, Moses, what are you made of now? But after that first round, he's going to be full of confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hrgovic suddenly goes back to his corner, because I guess that's the problem with him being so fast. Replicating that in sparring, even if you bring in a couple of cruiserweights and stuff, there ain't many 6'3", 6'4" southpaws with hand speed
No.
at this guy.
Ooh, beautiful.
That was round his beak. Fair play to Hrgovic though, riding the storm there, because they're flush shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good start for Moses. We've got a comment here that says this is finished in under 3 rounds. Mark my words, from Hussein.
Hussein's all in. If you want to join the conversation, send your messages to us on the BBC Live text page or in the YouTube comment section. We are staying across it. Rich has got his eye. He's got one eye on that and one eye on the fight, I'm led to believe.
Hrgovic has got to be careful when he's going in with like the right hand to the body and stuff, because he's putting his head over his knee a little bit, and we've seen what Itauma does when he steps off. Then he's caught a few people with the hooks.
Yeah.
But I think Hrgovic's game plan is just riding the storm at the start, take him into deep waters.
Oh,
That was a knockdown. Yeah, definitely it counts. Little flash knockdown. I don't think there was too much in it. Hrgovic forced to just take a knee. His right hand touched the ground.
But Hrgovic there, when you're in the moment like that, he'll really think he's been knocked down there.
Oh, God.
You think Hrgovic will? Or Itauma will?
You what, sorry?
With that knockdown, you think Hrgovic will be like, crap, he's hit me with a good...
Hrgovic will be like, in the moment there, he'll be thinking, God, have I been dropped there? He won't really know what's hit him.
Yeah. It was a flash knockdown. He seems fine, but now Moses knows he can get to him. But again, Hrgovic did start the round a little bit aggressive, and now he's kind of gone back into his shell again for obvious reasons.
Itauma's got Hrgovic's respect, though.
Oh.
But I don't think Hrgovic has got Moses' respect just yet.
Well, he's not landed a shot.
No.
No.
Making it look easy.
Ooh. Go on.
Tell you what,
God, he's good, isn't he? Oh, man, I love
Go
him.
on, Moses.
he's got some chin, though, Hrgovic, hasn't he?
But that's why we demanded this. Obviously, it got upgraded to a world title fight.
God.
But after the performance against Franklin, it was like, get him in with a Hrgovic. Let's see what he's like then.
Yeah.
And he's just absolutely delivering. He's just dialed in, look. He shows no emotion in his face whatsoever, Moses.
Just look at him go. Oh, that was great. Beautiful.
Hrgovic rolled the dice with that right hand then. Oh, don't throw shit.
Too wild.
Way too wild. Telegraphing those big wide hooks. That's Moses throw shots straight down the middle.
Thing is with Itauma as well, he's getting a breather here now on the back foot.
Yeah.
And then he's also so dangerous because when they come falling in, he'll clip him. So even going backwards is dangerous as well as going forward.
He looks wild, Hrgovic.
Yeah, he does. He's very comfortable at the moment.
Go on.
Whoa.
Go on.
That third punch. Here's the 3s and 4s now.
Tell you what, he's got some chin. I know I keep saying it, but them shots are hitting him clean.
Pat knows. Pat's took a couple of them, albeit a few years ago.
If there's a few more rounds like this, how much can he take?
Well,
That's the thing.
I wish I wouldn't know, because I'd be putting some money on if I did. The thing is, it's like, obviously when he's boxed against Dubois and these other big hitters, he's shown his chin in the later rounds as well, but he's just getting hit flush here. But the thing is, with boxing, your body gets immune to like the power of the shots. So like at the start, I won't show my opponent like my full-on
True
punch.
power.
Yeah, and I won't show them all my attributes straight off the bat, because it's an element of surprise later in the fight when they're a little bit tired, because you do get accustomed to your opponent's power, definitely. Obviously, if you get it on the button, though, you are getting put to sleep. But I mean, like over like combinations and over time, you do get used to it. But Itauma is most dangerous when he's going. It's that stab to the body, and then when he whips that jab straight back over. like dazzles them.
I've got a comment here that says they are both big men, but if it comes down to punching power, then Itauma, I believe, will flatten Hrgovic inside 4 or 5 rounds. Hrgovic has been shouting his mouth off leading up to this fight. I think Itauma is going to shut it for him. That's by Terry.
Good left hand. I think in this heavyweight division, they're all so big. Staring them in front of a punch machine, I think the power is going to be relative. The thing with Moses, it's the speed. You don't see the shot coming.
Yes, that's exactly it.
Yeah, it's the speed. I think any man who's 18 plus stone is going to have
bank.
a wallop. Yeah.
He's not cut yet, though, Hrgovic, which from
No.
his perspective is a positive.
Yeah.
He does cut up bad, and that is how Daniel Dubois stopped him on cuts. So I think going back to the corner, right, okay, well, we faced the best of Moses when he's fresh. Now let's get him panting, let's get him breathing heavy.
Thrown 65, landed 39. Hrgovic has thrown 21, he's landed 1.
Yeah. But he's still there.
This is very different to what I was saying before with his fight with Daniel Dubois, where he landed 44 of his power punches in the first 4 rounds.
I think Daniel can be a slow starter, can't he, by comparison? So bit of a slappy left hand there from Hrgovic, but
Shot.
yeah, there we go. That's better from Hrgovic. Okay. Moses going backwards for the first time, really.
Ooh.
Those 2 big swinging hooks just missed. I'd just like to see Moses bring in a few feints now.
Yeah, get back to stopping him in his tracks and not letting him walk onto him too easy. But
Yeah.
I feel like
Ooh.
Just took that well, just rode that right hand from Hrgovic. That was the biggest shot he's thrown of the fight. Okay, here we go. We're getting some questions.
it's the element of surprise, though. This is where Hrgovic can get clipped without realising.
Yeah, there we go, 3 rounds in. I think we all agree that Moses has won all 3 rounds, but the last 30 seconds, last minute maybe of round number 3, absolutely Hrgovic's best
100%, yeah. He's come
phase
out
of the fight.
Yeah, he's come out the blocks faster to me. He's had a pitch perfect start, really. But yeah, it's only round 4 coming up. It's still early days of the fight, and like you said there, last 30 seconds, Hrgovic is coming into his own a little bit. So yeah, it's getting interesting.
Got a bit of mad, anything can happen in there.
We've got a
Hands
poll.
can break, any kind of thing. You've got to come through these moments. Moses doesn't look too happy in the corner, though.
We've got a poll right now out, and boxing fans have got this fight when we've asked who will win, 50-50.
Well, I think obviously Moses is definitely ahead, but just look at the visuals there. Moses is still on his stool, looking at Ben, a little bit of concern on his face. Meanwhile, Hrgovic is well off his stool, 10 seconds before the bell goes, ready to go.
Yeah.
Like, it's just those little things he's putting it into Moses' head. I'm ready, I'm still here.
Yeah.
I've taken some big shots, but I'm still here. I think Moses just needs to reset. Go back to round 1 again. Go back to the original game plan. Compose yourself. Don't get wild. There's that right hand again. That could be the money shot of the night. And the straight left to the belly. That's what worked in the first 2 rounds. Stick to those.
Oh. Oh.
Hrgovic seen that. We didn't see that. The eyebrows on Hrgovic. Just punch protectors.
He's like a Bond villain, isn't he?
He is, yeah. Half man, half Neanderthal. That's a compliment, by the way. Interesting as well, just that moment in the clinch, first clinch we've seen, and Hrgovic let his hands go straight away, roughing him up. Oh, that's a good shot. Great shot. Good left hand from Moses there, right across the chin. Hrgovic's chin is sensational.
Hrgovic just took a backward step now. I think he's feeling more comfortable in the outer perimeter of the ring.
Maybe he thinks he's just took the zip out of Moses' punches. Not as fresh as he was before. He's sucking in air now. Seen that coming, just a little bit predictable. Again, it got to this point against Jermaine Franklin where he was just missing with big shots, and then he just changed things up. He just switched things up. He approached the fight a little bit different, coming from different angles.
I don't think he's.
Four for Itauma.
Yeah, I don't think he's as surprised. Like in the corner there, he's getting clipped. He's not getting cut, but he's not as shocked anymore.
Yeah,
Hrgovic.
We've got a question from the audience. They say the question here is, how will Moses handle it if it goes into the 8th round?
Who asked that? Sorry.
Haven't got a name here.
No name on it?
No name.
Well, hopefully that's exactly what we do get, because that's what we're all hoping for.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we want rounds. We want Moses to answer these questions because...
Chris asked the question.
Great question, Chris. But that's what I'm kind of hoping for. I think Moses will become heavyweight champion of the world tonight, and he started great. He's 4 rounds up. But from a fan perspective, from a pundit's perspective, I just want to see him answer questions we haven't seen answered before. And right now, Hrgovic isn't quite posing those questions, but I think, as Pat keeps pointing out, the deeper the fight goes, the more confidence Hrgovic will get, and the more chances Hrgovic will take. That'll either make him more dangerous or leave him wide open.
I think he's waiting for his time to start putting it on him a little bit as well. Like at the moment, Itauma is still very fresh, and it's impressive for the size of him and how fast and explosive he is. Start around 5, he's still in the centre ring, he's still agile and he's still sharp, so there's no doubt in his preparation for this fight. But this is the sort of, when Usyk went up to heavyweight,
Shot.
Obviously you're 6'3", you're 6'4" sort of frames, and that it's like the going back in time a little bit. It's like the new sort of breed of heavyweights, isn't it? The big giants are on the way out, and this is the sort of the new sort of vibe.
Speed, skill.
Yeah. Southampton's scorecards is pretty much like ours. Itauma winning each round.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. There was a knockdown in 2 as well, yeah. He's actually 5 up after 4.
Going into this fight, just going back to that comment, do you think it's, to the poll where the fans were saying it's a 50-50 fight, do you guys think it was a 50-50?
I just didn't realise our Watchalong was so popular in Croatia. We've got a lot of Croatians watching at home. Thank you for tuning in. The thing is, he's experienced enough here, Hrgovic, to not panic. And they'll have spoke about this. They'll expected to probably be down on the scorecards. The problem for them is Itauma's not panicking. It's a good shot. You know, he's not emptying the gas tank, is he, Pat? It's still, you know, he's in control.
Yeah, he's taking his time still. I'll tell you what, the Hrgovic is like the Terminator.
Yeah.
He's so tough. Not many heavyweights can stand up to what Itauma's just thrown from round 1 to 5. Like, they're clean shots landed right on his beak, and he's not budged.
No. For obvious reasons, I think Dubois is a bigger puncher than Itauma. And he took Dubois' best shots as well.
Yeah.
There we go.
We've got to watch them heads now because that's where the cuts will start showing.
Do you guys agree? We've got a comment that says Itauma showing his inexperience, leaving the door open for Hrgovic. This is a comment written by Nick.
I don't know whether he's leaving the door open. I think he's being patient. I think he realises that he hasn't. Hrgovic is not ready to go, and it's far too early in the fight to roll the dice. So I don't think he's leaving the door open. I think he's just conserving energy. Oh, that was a good shot. Just straightened his leg there, didn't he?
But
Hrgovic squared on. Oh, what a great uppercut.
This is where he'll be most dangerous. So when it's them exchanges, because Hrgovic was growing in confidence there in that round, that's probably one of his best rounds he's had, and it's his most success in terms of landing. But then with that, Itauma's caught him near the end there.
Straightened his leg at the end.
Yeah.
And then he was square on. Hrgovic still throwing shots, which means in that moment, he doesn't know what day it is. He's just throwing punches on reaction, really. Muscle memory. He could have got really chin there if Moses had set his feet right.
We've got another comment, which I'd like you guys' thoughts on. It says, Philip says, this is a fight or two too early. The flip side is, if Itauma loses, he has a lot of years ahead of him to correct.
Yeah, I'm not going to start saying it's a fight too early now, because I was screaming for this fight after he beat Franklin. I was like, right, this is the time now. Step him up and let's put him in with Hrgovic. Perfect opponent. Because with all due respect to Hrgovic, he's got a tremendous chin, you know. He's got a really strong record. But he is a little bit straight up, amateur style. You know, he's big, strong, don't get me wrong, but, you know, he's not necessarily the biggest puncher in the division. So I thought this was always the right fight at the right time. The fact he had got a world title added to it, I think, is just the sugar on top. And I think right now Moses is winning every round. So right now, for me, this is the right fight. And I would love it to go 12 rounds, and I would love Moses to win over 12 rounds, because I think that would silence a lot of critics and answer a lot of questions.
I think this might be the fight that goes past the 6th round.
I'm just so shocked with how he's riding the shots, Hrgovic, and I'm impressed with Itauma's defence as well.
Yeah. He keeps that left hand nice and high, doesn't he, Itauma?
Yeah, and then he'll go into the Philly shell and start rolling then. Because when you got... That would have been a good shot. When you got an orthodox and a southpaw, you both play with a lead hand a lot.
Yeah.
So obviously as a southpaw, because you're always boxing orthodoxies 9 times out of 10, you develop that sort of style, pouring your jab out and constantly feinting and going up and down.
Oh.
Yeah.
God, he's like Pac-Man, just like just eats
so
them up.
Tough. He's got to be up there with.
It's not going to be a single shot, is it? I think to get him out of there, he's going to have to hit him with 3 or 4. Yeah. And it'll be the 4th one as he's turning away or his head spinning away. That'll do all the damage. Yeah.
That's
Itauma's defence, though, he doesn't get caught with much, does he?
No, he doesn't. He's got to be careful, though. Hrgovic going in like that. You know, when he goes chasing him.
We haven't seen Moses Itauma, Pat, this is a question for you. We haven't seen Moses Itauma go to the 11th or 12th round. And in a fight like this will be the championship rounds. But of course, I would imagine he's done it in sparring. Yeah. How different would it be, or how important is it, the fact that he's done those rounds, he's banked those rounds in sparring, but maybe not here on fight night?
Wow.
Yeah, he wouldn't have done too many 12-round spars, because you don't want to leave it in the gym. But he would have definitely done enough rounds Hrgovic, where he knows how it feels.
Hrgovic landing big shots, right hands.
Yes,
Moses is landing back, but they're not.
Still standing.
Felt that.
What an end to that round 6. My goodness. Now we're getting questions asked that we were hoping for. Yeah. Moses is not in a good place in that corner. He's sucking it in now.
But this is what we wanted to see.
Yeah, listen, I think he's
exactly
still won
what
that
we wanted
round. I
to
think he's
see.
won all 6 rounds, but Hrgovic has hit him with some good right hands then. He took them well. That's a great shot. He hits him with another one just after that as well. Moses comes back. Oh, there it is. Bang. Right across the chin.
Well, it's definitely value for money anyway.
Hrgovic's best 2 punches of the fight there.
So we've got another comment from Eric. He says Itauma needs to slow down a bit. Do you guys agree?
It's not as easy as like slowing down, because when you've set a pace in a fight, you're controlling it, and then if you start slowing it down a little bit, then Hrgovic knows that, and then he's going to start applying the pressure. So you've got to do it in like crafty, smart ways, and I think he's already naturally slowing down anyway.
Yeah.
From the start of the fight. I think he has done that. I think this will be him now till the end. You know, this casual sort of Philly shell, not moving his feet as much now. He's sort of standing there and just using his lateral movement.
Yeah. Itauma's landed 110 punches, where Hrgovic has only landed 49.
He's closing the gap, though. The problem is, in the heavyweight division, those stats mean nothing, because all it takes is one.
All it takes
One you
is
don't see.
one.
Hrgovic needs to start winning rounds as well if he's got any chance of winning this title.
I think when Itauma goes to tee off when he's on the ropes, Hrgovic does do well to sort of, that's his experience, that, you know, letting him fall in and he's leaning off. He's made him miss a few times with it. But he does get caught in the middle there.
Oh.
He's definitely missing more than he was earlier on, Moses, but... Two tired men in there now. 7 rounds in, the 2 of them are blowing. I think the 2 of them have hit the wall in this round.
I think it's there. See,
Just, yeah. Moses landed with nothing, is he?
I actually think Hrgovic is safer. I'm not saying to like sit on the ropes like that, but I feel like he's safer there than when he is stood in the middle, which is really odd.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's had a bit of a round off at the start. Itauma just getting his energy back, and I think now he's trying to let him go a bit. But that just goes to show his engine, how quick his heart rate can go straight back down, and then he's ready to go again.
We've got a comment here, which I was basically saying earlier, but it's Itauma has never been in the 7th round before tonight. We're seeing something new.
Good. That's what we were hoping to see.
You've got to remember as well, Itauma never had a senior amateur fight. As soon as he did the Europeans and the Worlds as a youth, he turned over professional. So you really are seeing a one-off talent here, because, you know, it really is just unheard of. Like, he's in there, packed out arena.
Honestly, I'm
Filip
blown away.
Hrgovic.
I'm kind of more impressed with Moses than I am when he blows people away in 1 round, 2 rounds.
Well,
because
it's more. I think he'll get more credit.
Of course, he should do.
Doing this than if he just knocked Hrgovic out at the start.
Of course.
Because it's showing now that he's got legs to actually mix it with
stamina,
any of the top 10
composure, exactly.
heavyweights. Because
makes it
these
even
were
more
all the
dangerous.
questions, weren't they? There were never questions at the start of a fight. It was always these back six.
Oh.
If it's Team Hrgovic now, though, it's got to get to the point where you've got to
Press the button.
you've got to have a go.
Yeah.
You've got to try and roll the dice. You've got to try and turn this
Yeah.
fight on its head because, you know, as incredible as his chin's been and he's asking questions of Moses that we want asked, he's not in this fight to ask questions of Moses Itauma.
No.
He's in this fight to become heavyweight champion of the world. And at some point, he's going to have to go for it. He's going to have to just roll the dice and go for it.
We actually got a comment that says something similar from Dave. He says, the longer it goes on, I feel Hrgovic might come on strong. Do you see that happening also?
Well, I've not seen it yet. In fact, Moses is still the more active fighter. I'm liking the way he's still going faint high. I'd like to see him go back. There we go. I was just going to say, I'd like to see him throw those lefts to the body again.
Yeah, I'm impressed with his fitness. He's still applying the pressure. He's throwing a lot more shots this round now because I do think he had a bit of a breather last round at the start, especially. And he's not showing any signs of slowing down. If anything, Hrgovic is the one who's not throwing at all.
shots.
And
Go on,
it's getting
Moses.
to him now.
Just mixing it up. A couple of straight lefts to the body and
I
then
think
goes
that's how he's going to
same
stop
shots.
him. You
Come
know,
on. Go, 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 go,
punches
go.
and bunches, yeah.
Go
There we
on.
go.
He's looking
Phase
Go
3,
on.
phase 4. It's this that might break Hrgovic, you know, if he's in that wall and he's worked so hard to get to this point in the fight, Hrgovic, and now the point where he thinks, I'm going to take over, is when Itauma gets stronger.
Oh, go on.
Straight
Oh,
shots.
gosh. This might be it.
Oof. Yes. Go on, Moses. Go for it.
Might be it.
There we go.
And he's still going.
Sure.
Little cheeky right hand from Hrgovic on the ropes.
Now he's going for him.
Oh.
Oh. Just go for a walk, Moses. He suddenly looks a bit ragged.
God, he's got his hands down. Get your hands
Yeah.
up.
Hrgovic is coming on now.
Go.
Oh my goodness. He's not done yet. We talked earlier, didn't we, about knowing when he's ready to go. I don't think he's quite ready
Oh.
to
Where
go.
he's dangerous.
Yes.
Hrgovic has got
This is
on.
what we wanted.
Welcome to the gun show.
Yes.
Moses with his hands down there right at the end of the round. He put a lot into that round. I think he went for it there.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Chin on
He
Hrgovic.
smelt blood, didn't he?
Yeah. Chin on Hrgovic, though. Yeah, he's blowing away. Hrgovic. What's he made of?
Has anyone put him down or away? I know he's not been.
He's been down a few times. Zhang blocked. Obviously, he got dropped before. Zhang dropped him.
Yeah.
Hrgovic has only been knocked down twice in his career.
Yeah.
The second time was tonight.
Yeah. Same shit. Zhang dropped him with that right hand over the jab as well.
And it was in the first round, yeah.
And the stoppage was on cuts, obviously, with Dubois. There was a moment there where I thought he was going to go, but to be fair to Hrgovic, he's reeling, but his eyes never come off Itauma. And look, he's back off his stool again. There's that psychological warfare of I'm ready to go.
We've got a comment here from Tony, and he says, not watching, but this sounds like a perfect fight for Moses' progression.
Exactly.
And I agree.
Could be me dad, that, Tony. I agree with your dad. Bob on. Definitely me dad, actually. Listening to
Hrgovic
it.
now, he's got his.
He won't pay
second
for the
wins.
pay-per-view, me dad. Like, he'll be listening to it. Ooh! Go on, Moses.
Go on.
2 bombs, but it's Moses that rocks backwards and Hrgovic comes forward.
Oh, yes. We want those exchanges, yes.
Hands up. Get your hands up. Get your hands up.
They're both, look at him.
Yeah, they're both shattered here. It's just about desire now. We're at that point where skill is starting to go out the window and it's about will. Who wants it most? You can't question how much Hrgovic wants it, but just needs to settle down here, Moses. He's just throwing
He's
his
showing
hands.
he's
Inexperience now. He's winging
his
away, but he's
face,
missing with a lot, isn't he?
Yeah. See his face.
Winston, yeah. Oh, he's in trouble here. Oh, he's in trouble here, you know.
Whoa, oh!
Moses is in trouble here.
Whoa!
Oh, my goodness. This is Hrgovic's moment.
Still
There's a
got
long way to go
minute
in this round as well.
I know, I was about to say, we've still got over a minute.
Oh, Moses, just get your hands up, kid. Hold, hold, hold.
Whoa.
Come on. Go for a walk. Get off the ropes. Get off the ropes. Get off the ropes. Just swinging on instinct. He's in a lot of trouble here. Oh, hold.
Tell you what.
Hold.
Come on,
The
Moses.
heart.
Come on, Moses.
two of
Come
them.
on, Moses.
He's gone, look. Oh,
Come on,
my
Moses.
goodness. Oh, oh my word.
Come
He's gone.
on.
He's got nothing left, Moses. He's got nothing left. Hold, hold. Just get through the round. Hold. Ben Davidson's got the towel in his hand there. He's going to throw the towel in. Ben Davidson's up on the rope. What's the referee doing? The referee's going to stop it.
Oh, he's going to stop it. He's going to stop it.
Oh, my
Oh,
word.
no.
Wow.
Oh.
Goodness.
Oh.
In one round. In one
He
round.
played the long game.
He completely unravelled in that 9th round. Just had nothing left. I tell you what, they talk about them training in Big Bear. Oscar De La Hoya used to say it was to put the type of energy in your legs that lasted forever. Hrgovic has just changed his life. Oh my goodness. That is insane. Wow.
That wasn't what I wanted to see.
Oh my word.
That
Was, by the way, are you not entertained? That was sensational. What a fight. That was
incredible
incredible.
round.
And I know
That was
everyone in
incredible
Croatia
round.
that's watching right now and judging by the poll earlier, there's loads of them, is going absolutely bananas. What a moment for
that was
Filip
a good-
Hrgovic.
That was a good stoppage, would you say? Like, was that the right time?
It was the exact time to stop the fight.
It was
yeah.
the right time for Ben Davison to do that.
100%.
Listen, Moses Itauma is 21 years of age.
Correct.
What he's done tonight is absolutely outstanding. Packed out arena.
Yeah.
And he was fit as a fiddle, strong as an ox, and he's gone out on his shield like that. That's heart. And he's 21 years of age.
Yeah.
And the entertainment he's give everyone tonight, no one can say a bad word about this. He's not even he is a man, but he's a boy, isn't he? He's 21 years of age. Against someone like that, he's the Terminator Hrgovic. I've never seen a man so tough and who's got such a good chin. He's got to have one of the best chins in boxing.
Yeah.
Even of all time, you got to put him up there.
Absolutely phenomenal. He
That
didn't
was a
give up on
brilliant
himself,
round.
Hrgovic, at any point in the fight. He didn't give up on his chin. He could have stopped it there, the referee, to be fair. I think Moses has done. The referee should have stopped it there. I think that was the towel coming anyway. It was absolutely the correct stoppage, but it just seemed to happen in one round, didn't it?
That was my exact
Yeah.
reaction.
It seemed all fine going into the 9th. You could see they were both tired, but you just felt that Moses just had that little bit of energy left. And then suddenly, Hrgovic, he was just gone. His legs just left him.
It was round 8 when he smelt blood, Itauma. That's when he let the gas out.
Yeah.
And then it caught up with him in round 9. But listen, it's so easy for us and everyone to watch from the outside like that. But when you're in there and you think you got someone hurt and like what he's going through, like he's got an heart of a lion, 21 years of age, and he wasn't giving up there. That wasn't a fighter giving up at all. That was a fighter. He got saved by his coach, and it's definitely the right decision because if you start letting him get hit when he's that fatigued at 21, he's got his whole career ahead of him.
Of course he has.
And he's going to bring so much value to people and entertainment. That's just upped his stock even more. That's a win for Moses Itauma. It's not a loss at all. He's 21 years of age against a killer like Hrgovic, who's 34, and all the pressure. You got to put respect on his name. Have to.
I agree.
It's just been a Rocky movie. That was a Rocky movie,
Yeah.
that. Once it got going, those last 3 or 4 rounds were an absolute Rocky movie. When we said in round 8, he's going for it. He smells blood in the water. He's going to go for it. Go on, Moses, he's going for it. In hindsight now, did he go, I've got nothing left here. I'm just gonna throw now because I ain't got 4 more rounds in me.
Maybe that's what he thought. Yeah, it looks that way, doesn't it?
He just unravelled quick,
round 8,
didn't he?
Just went on him. Yeah.
There was no point where Hrgovic landed the shot where you went, oh, the fight's turned on
Yeah.
its head.
Yeah.
Suddenly it was like the gas tank just went completely dry
100%.
on Itauma.
Bruce has asked, do you think Itauma tired himself out before he could do much real damage to Hrgovic?
I think any other heavyweight in the world is probably get stopped there. But again, I just want to keep coming back to the fact of Filip Hrgovic, there is no Sunday morning. His entire boxing life was about tonight because he wasn't going to get another chance.
No, he
This
wasn't.
division there's too many good young British heavyweights. Once he was pushed out the equation, he would have been an afterthought in this heavyweight division. He knew it. Croatia absolutely knew it. His family have known it. That's why he's gone to Big Bear. That's why he's now changed and gone to Abel Sanchez, one of the best coaches in the world, a guy who's used to working with heavyweights and heavyweight champions. He's put the work in, knowing full well that I've got the experience not to give up on myself. And when I was 21 and I got excited and I knew that there was an adrenaline dump, I had to come through all that to experience where I'm at now.
Yeah.
So in his back of his mind, even though he's losing round after round, in his mind, he's thinking, at some point, kid, you're going to hit a wall. Because at some point, there's 20,000 people, the adrenaline dump of being in a world title fight at the age of 21. And everyone here thinking I'm a 7-1 underdog. At some point, you're going to gasp because my chin ain't giving up. Because I'll get ironed out before I quit in this fight. And I think that mentality, that Rocky Balboa Terminator mentality of Hrgovic, ultimately broke Moses' gas tank. That's it. His chin was just unbeatable tonight.
And I think you can give credit to Moses' chin as well. He's shown he's got a chin. So them questions that everyone was asking, he's proved that he's got a chin. He's proved that, you know, that was a very, very high work rate, especially from rounds 1 to 5, and then 6, 7, and 8. Well, 6 and 7 he dipped off, and then round 8 he obviously let the tank go, and then obviously round 9 I don't have to explain that again. But what he's put on there, them 9 rounds, like you can only take, you know, very good points from that fight, and he'll learn massively from this. Like I touched upon, he's never had a senior fight before. And he's only ever boxed as a youth.
Yeah.
Like that's the level he got to. Like the highest level as a youth, but he never give it the highest level as a senior. He's not he is learning on the job, essentially, and he's been fast tracked as well.
I wonder what point. I'd love to put a microphone at Hrgovic's face now and ask him, at what point did you know you had him? At what point in this fight did you think, I've got you now, kid. I've got you now where I want you? Because, again, he was off his stool first for every round. That psychological. I know you're hitting me, and I know I'm losing rounds, but I'm still here, and I'm about to pose a big problem. There would have been a point in the fight, I think, where Hrgovic has gone, I've got this kid now.
Pat, can I ask a question? You see how Moses hasn't fought past 6th round. Psychologically, could he have gone into the second half of the fight and probably thought, I've never been here before on fight night? And could that also have had an effect, do you think?
Yeah, of course. It was like my last fight against Vasil Duke. He's a veteran. He's been in there with world-class fighters. He's caused them problems, like Chris Billum-Smith. You know, he's been in there with Chev Clark. He's been there with numerous amount of high-level cruiserweights and caused them issues. And when I got into round 8 with him, like I was comfortable throughout the whole fight. And, you know, they were just, like, the odd shot would get through and all that, but it was something I've not experienced because I can do all the rounds sparring. But when you're underneath them lights, that's why people say, like, them sort of fights are the best fights you can ask for.
Yeah.
And what's happened tonight for Moses Itauma is a blessing in disguise. It really is. It's just not meant to be. But what he put on display was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And everyone's got to give this kid credit. It can't be a... like, oh, we're gutted and he's not all that. He's 21 years of age.
Yeah.
I've not, unbelievable.
Is he the making of him? Honestly, this loss will be the making of him because he would have had all those doubts. Once it gets 7, 8, 9, all the doubts are in his mind because he hasn't been 12 under the lights. He hasn't been in this situation before. And maybe experience will tell him down the road, instead of going for it in round 8, instead of thinking, I haven't got 4 more rounds in me, I'm just going to go for it now.
Yeah.
Experience later on when he does get to do 10 and 12 rounds will teach him he wasn't ready to go.
Yeah.
And I rolled the dice because I was ready to go. Whereas what he should have done is give round 8 away, go on your back, throw nothing, Just move around, cover up,
Yeah.
let Hrgovic have a round in round 8, fill your lungs again,
Yeah.
and see how you feel in round 9. Don't panic in that moment and just throw,
Yeah.
and then come out in round 9 and go, well, I'm completely spent now, and I'm just going to... As brave as that was and as entertaining as it was, that just showed his lack of experience.
Oh,
but he's
gosh,
21. There should
guys.
be a lack of experience.
Apparently, Moses is being lowered on a stretcher.
Well, yeah, they just mentioned that there, yeah. I wondered why he wasn't... but he was exhausted.
He
He'd
was.
given everything he had.
Absolutely everything, and that's why in this moment in time now, what he'll be going through, and he'll feel that he's let everyone down and all that, and everyone needs to just get behind him
Yeah,
and give him
100%.
praise. The last thing this kid needs now is, you know, your people on the couch saying, you're not all this, you're not all that. He definitely
Still
is.
is, yeah.
He's an absolute veteran, Terminator, and the shots he was taking in there tonight, and even in his whole career,
Yeah.
he's an absolute handful.
Yeah.
Filip
Yeah.
Hrgovic, he really is.
I still think Joe Joyce stopping Dubois was the making of Dubois. It was the grounding that he needed. Put his feet back on the ground.
Yeah.
Like, stop listening to everybody. Go to work. Get the work in. Build the experience. And Moses Itauma will be a much better fighter after tonight.
Yeah.
But Pat's right. I think, you know, take away the cynical. There's always going to be a cynical side of boxing fans who just like to moan and complain and talk rubbish. But on a global scale, anyone that watched that's gone, mate, that was thoroughly entertaining. You said it midway through, Pat. You were like, we got our money's worth anyway. You absolutely got our money's worth. Hrgovic was phenomenal with this mad, you know, Terminator approach to the fight, never giving up on himself. And as for Moses Itauma, you're telling me people don't want to buy a ticket to see Moses Itauma again? I would. I want to see the bounce back.
Yeah.
I want to see the cut of his jib. I want to see the true minerals of the man. So I can't wait to see Moses come back. Obviously, he needs a long break now. It won't be until 2027. But he's made a fan of me. I'm no less than I was before the fight started. In fact, I'm more.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, it would have been easy to take a knee in round 8 and take a knee and pull himself out, but he didn't.
Yeah.
He went out on his shield. He went out throwing punches.
Yeah.
It took the corner towel to come in to save him because his heart still wanted to keep going. That's all I needed to see.
Yeah.
He will come again.
We've got a question here from Sean. He said, absolutely naive from the Itauma and team. That was not the game plan.
Listen, hindsight's a wonderful thing, isn't it? People can say all this, but boxing's a very... It's complex. People think it's just two men going at it. It really isn't. And it was going all swimmingly well for Itauma, and everyone was loving it, wasn't they? And then all of a sudden, in the later rounds, where he's comfortable and you're in deep waters, it's a completely different fight. That's why That's why he starts slow and everyone starts slow.
Yeah.
Because they know the long stretch, but the pace Itauma started at and how we maintain that, what he's learned from that fight going forward, if he can just change a few little things of controlling his energy and all that, he's going to be an absolute wrecking ball, because technically and his power and his speed together, like, is a gift.
Yeah.
He's technically a better boxer than Hrgovic. He beats Hrgovic in most avenues.
Yeah.
And the main avenue, unfortunately, tonight was experience, which was an obvious one. And then the number two was he just managed the rounds a lot better.
He did.
And he's got a chin. Any other heavyweight, they're getting ironed out with that.
Yeah.
I've never seen a chin like that.
No. Yeah.
Fabio Wardley's got an unbelievable chin as well, but
Yes.
that was just, he's proved it countless times. His chin's next level.
Again, I think part of the chin tonight, though, was that flag draped over his shoulders. It was like, I'm going to do something no one in my country has ever done before. And that can give you so much confidence and so much energy to keep going. You pointed out before the fight started, Steph, you were like pulling out numbers saying against Dave Allen, he threw this many punches in the first 4 rounds. In this fight, he hasn't thrown anywhere near that many. That's experience.
Yeah.
He knew he could get on top, blast Dave, put Dave on the back foot and ultimately walk him down.
Yeah.
Whereas against the Itauma, it was like, okay, young man, you come and empty the tank on me because this chin's going nowhere tonight.
Yeah.
And when you gas, that's my moment.
Yeah.
And after 7.5 rounds, we were like, this is great for Moses. Everything's going brilliant.
Yeah.
But once he hit that gas tank, round 8, like genuinely, I thought he's going for it. He must have felt Hrgovic wilt and he thought, I'm going for it now. But now in hindsight, I'm like, maybe it was the other way around. Maybe it was, I've got to go for it because I can't do any more.
But we got the answers that we wanted. He fought past 6th round. He went against somebody who's more experienced.
Yeah.
We got the answers tonight.
I'm loving the fact that he looks like he's calling out Ajit Kabayel there as well.
But
What a fight that'll be.
Brilliant fight.
But the
Unbelievable.
thing, the IBF mandatory is Frank Sanchez. Frank Sanchez, we saw
Good point.
great
He took
performance.
step-aside money for this fight to happen.
He did, and
But, you know, don't let get in the way for a unification fight. Let's get Kabayel in for a little face-off. Two diamond fellas, by the way, both Hrgovic and Kabayel. Two great fellas.
What a fight that is.
Unbelievable. Somewhere in the universe, Frank Sanchez is screaming at his TV right now.
yeah, he most definitely is. He put on a great performance against Richard Torres.
He said that Tauma's got a leg injury there, Frank.
Right.
Maybe pulled a hammy or something towards the end, but that wasn't why the fight was stopped. Yeah, that inexperience, wasn't it, Patty?
It might have been because do you know when I said he's not got that poker face anymore, and he was like quincing, wasn't he? And is that because the leg might have gone, or was that because of fatigue? Because when you badly fatigued, you can't help your face going.
Yeah,
you can't. So it's like what?
Either that or the leg injury, and maybe that's why he just went, I've got to go now because my knee's gone, whatever. But again, whether he's picked up an injury or not, the reason you pick up an injury is because you're put into a fight like this. You push to your limits, your physical limits. So you've got to give all the credit in the world, either way, to Hrgovic, regardless of whether it was an injury or not.
What about the mandatory? That matters.
That would be a cracking fight. A cracking fight. Well, you know what I need to see? For that to happen, what needs to happen is when he flies back to Croatia tomorrow, there better be 10,000 people at the airport waiting for him.
100%.
Yeah.
And then Frank will take it to Croatia. Yeah. Once he knows he can do a football stadium in Croatia, not a problem.
You've got to be happy for him. Like, think about the pressure, like we said, for him. He's got first ever Croatian world heavyweight champion, and he's been to the Olympics. He's an Olympic medalist. Like, what he's done for his country is absolutely remarkable. And he is right in saying, when you're from them sort of countries and you're trying to make it as a boxer, and that, it is 10 times harder. It really is. But what a tough man he is. He is a very, very hard man. He really is the Bond villain.
Again, I come back to the betting lines were so off. He was never a 7-1 underdog. Never, ever, ever was he a 7-1 underdog. Bear in mind, Jake Paul was 8-1 underdog against AJ.
Yeah.
Like, that's how stupid those odds were for the start. God, I wish I'd put a load of money on it now. I don't even know when he got cut. To be honest, I didn't see him get cut in the fight. It must have happened in that final round.
It's like he's prone to get a cut.
Vaseline covered it. Remember when we were saying it?
It's like he's prone to get a cut. But Moses was incredible tonight. I know he didn't get the win, but he was sensational tonight.
It's crazy though, because like the way he is with the shots he got hit with, it's can't believe it. He's not showing signs of any.
No.
That just shows how much of a veteran he really is.
I think after the first 2 or 3 rounds, though, the big shots Moses landed didn't really have a big effect. In the first 2 rounds, they did.
Yeah.
But after that, there was no like big moment where Hrgovic was wobbling all over the place or stanky-legged or doing a little dance. It was like he was getting hit with big shots, but he was just eating them.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah.
We've got a question here. It says, how important is the chin?
Well, it's just won Hrgovic a world title, so it's desperately important. Desperately important. And by the way, Moses showed a terrific chin as well.
Yeah, he did.
Because when he had
He didn't get
nothing
just
left,
ironed out, did he?
oh my
Yeah.
God, no.
He did.
It was the gas tank that
Yeah.
let Moses down tonight. It wasn't his chin, far from it. He proved he's got a sensational chin, but you're right, that's why the stoppage was great. In fact, the stoppage I think the referee gave him way too much of an opportunity
Time,
to stay in
yeah.
the fight because he couldn't stand up straight. The ropes were keeping him up. I think any other referee, I think the referee probably should have waved it then because he couldn't intelligently defend himself. But thankfully, Hrgovic didn't land anything too big when he came in with those final two swings. But
So we've sat here, we have praised Moses, and Filip Hrgovic, in his post-fight interview, he said that Moses Itauma is one of a kind and the best fighter he has been in the ring with.
wow.
Yeah. But Moses is still 21 years old. He's still got a lot of his career ahead of him. This isn't the end for him. Without a doubt, he'll come back. He would have learnt from this fight,
Yeah.
and he would have much more opportunities, much more.
It won't do him any harm whatsoever. Anybody that's into boxing, real boxing fans, will watch that and go, I'm an even bigger fan now. I can't wait until he's
Yeah.
got a little bit more experience. I can't wait to see where he's at in 2 or 3 years' time, because what I've seen tonight, he ticked a lot of boxes. And okay, he ultimately ran out of gas. But for someone who's never been beyond 6 rounds before, that's kind of expected. Tonight, you can't come away from it. It was built as Moses' night. Obviously, witness history is the banner there right behind
Yeah.
the three of them. Frank had set it up. It's in London, everything else. But we did witness history, but it was his history. It was
Yeah.
Hrgovic's history.
It
It was
was.
his time. He put the hours in, the years in. He paid his dues. And tonight, he wouldn't be beaten. And that performance he put in tonight, I don't think there's a heavyweight on the planet, Usika's side, that gets him out of there. Because that chin tonight, he wasn't giving up. His heart and soul was all on tonight. And I think that ultimately is what has forced Moses to punch himself out. Like punching a heavy bag. The heavy bag's never going to lose. You keep going. Eventually, you're going to go. Wow. So what a night. We didn't quite get, well, we got a new heavyweight champion of the world. We did witness history. We witnessed the first ever Croatian heavyweight champion of the world. Sensational performance by Filip Hrgovic. But also, I think we all agree, a sensational performance by Moses Itauma. Steph, your final thoughts on the fight?
It's an incredible fight. Honestly, like Pat said, he basically said everything that I wanted to say. 21 years old, headlining the O2. Absolutely incredible. Those early rounds were brilliant. We saw what he's known best for. And like you said, like, I'm more of a fan. I'm excited for his future. I'm excited for what's next. I want to see him in the ring again. Of course, take as much time to heal, spend time with loved ones and take your time. But definitely, I want to see him in the ring again. I'm excited for what's next. Without a doubt, he can be a heavyweight world champion. Like, that can definitely happen down the line. And I think he's learned a lot. We wanted to see a fight with him past the 6th round. We saw that tonight. We got a lot of answers tonight. I think Moses learned a lot tonight. And yeah, he should be incredibly proud. We should be so proud of him. I think tonight's performance doesn't take anything away from Moses. It doesn't mean that he's not fast, he's not powerful. He still is. He's still that Moses Itauma that we know and that we love. He's just learned a couple of things tonight, that was all. And so now that he's learned this, he'll go off and be even better.
Getting stretchered away from the ring, Pat, is all his nightmares kind of coming true in that moment. But what does he need to be thinking when he gets back to that dressing room? Where does his head need to be at?
Yeah, I just think he needs to just have the right people around him. That's the number one thing. You got to have people who genuinely care for you and don't talk about the fight whatsoever. Just get your head right, go and see your loved ones, chill out, get your emotions out. You'll probably want to cry. You'll probably want to just get everything out, everything you can. And the last thing he needs now is people talking to him about the fight, his coach talking to him about the fight. He just needs to rest up and let him have a couple of days rest or whatever he needs. And then when he comes to a little bit and he's ready, that's when you can start talking about the night. But everyone needs to keep behind him. And what he's done tonight, it's an absolute honour for British boxing.
Well, I'm going to go and book a flight over to Croatia to join in on that party because I think that's going to be absolutely epic for the next few days. But in terms of Moses Itauma, don't worry, kids, everybody watching at home, this is not the end. This is simply the beginning. I think there's a lot more to come from Moses Itauma. And there's a lot more to come from us here at BBC Sport. So please join us again for our next